midfield pair of Fred and Matic. And then behind striker Cavani, they've got Greenwood, Fernandes and Alange. That's his first Premier League start of the season. And as just mentioned, Edison Cavani leads the line. For stand-up name on the bench for Villa is Philippe Coutinho. He's on the bench for them. Obviously, lack of match fitness at Barcelona means he might not be fit to start from the start and play the full 90. So kick-off from Villa Park is at 5:25. This evening's Premier League action comes from Villa Park as Aston Villa play host to Manchester United. Of course, both teams played each other in the FA Cup third round with Manchester United coming out 1-0 winners. Steven Gerrard's men slightly unlucky that it didn't go their way, so they'll be confident coming into this one. Their starting lineup is like this: Martinez, Cash, Concert, Mings, Digne, new signing from Everton. In midfield we've got Ramsey, Louise and Sanson, and front three of Watkins, Ings and Grenadier. Manchester United lineup: Liz, De Gea, Dalot, Lindelof, Varane, Telles, and a midfield pair of Fred and Matic. And then behind striker Cavani, they've got Greenwood, Fernandes and Alange. That's his first Premier League start of the season. And as just mentioned, Edison Cavani leads the line. For stand-up name on the bench for Villa is Philippe Coutinho. He's on the bench for them. Obviously, lack of match fitness at Barcelona means he might not be fit to start from the start and play the full 90. So kick-off from Villa Park is at 5:25. This evening's Premier League action comes from Villa Park as Aston Villa play host to Manchester United. Of course, both teams played each other in the FA Cup third round with Manchester United coming out 1-0 winners. Steven Gerrard's men slightly unlucky that it didn't go their way, so they'll be confident coming into this one. Their starting lineup is like this: Martinez, Cash, Concert, Mings, Digne, new signing from Everton. In midfield we've got Ramsey, Louise and Sanson, and front three of Watkins, Ings and Grenadier. Manchester United lineup: Liz, De Gea, Dalot, Lindelof, Varane, Telles, and a midfield pair of Fred and Matic. And then behind striker Cavani, they've got Greenwood, Fernandes and Alange. That's his first Premier League start of the season. And as just mentioned, Edison Cavani leads the line. For stand-up name on the bench for Villa is Philippe Coutinho. He's on the bench for them. Obviously, lack of match fitness at Barcelona means he might not be fit to start from the start and play the full 90. So kick-off from Villa Park is at 5:25. This evening's Premier League action comes from Villa Park as Aston Villa play host to Manchester United. Of course, both teams played each other in the FA Cup third round with Manchester United coming out 1-0 winners. Steven Gerrard's men slightly unlucky that it didn't go their way, so they'll be confident coming into this one. Their starting lineup is like this: Martinez, Cash, Concert, Mings, Digne, new signing from Everton. In midfield we've got Ramsey, Louise and Sanson, and front three of Watkins, Ings and Grenadier. Manchester United lineup: Liz, De Gea, Dalot, Lindelof, Varane, Telles, and a midfield pair of Fred and Matic. And then behind striker Cavani, they've got Greenwood, Fernandes and Alange. That's his first Premier League start of the season. And as just mentioned, Edison Cavani leads the line. For stand-up name on the bench for Villa is Philippe Coutinho. He's on the bench for them. Obviously, lack of match fitness at Barcelona means he might not be fit to start from the start and play the full 90. So kick-off from Villa Park is at 5:25. This evening's Premier League action comes from Villa Park as Aston Villa play host to Manchester United. Of course, both teams played each other in the FA Cup third round with Manchester United coming out 1-0 winners. Steven Gerrard's men slightly unlucky that it didn't go. Stop that there as we are underway at Villa Park between Aston Villa and Manchester United. Villa are playing in their traditional strip of claret top with blue sleeves, white shorts and that light blue socks. And Man United, they're in their change strip of a sky blue. I don't even know what that colour is, but it's sky blue. It's that with some sort of new design on it. And as we look at Steven Gerrard, he looks very concentrated. Blue shorts and bright white socks. Nice clean pair of socks for everybody involved, of course. So 30 seconds in, it's gone back to keeper De Gea, who's looking long onto the right hand side, taking through the game. My name is Max Hunter. Tonight I am joined by William Maxwell. Good evening, Will.
Good evening, Max.
What do you think is going to happen tonight?
Oh, that's the question, isn't it? I mean, Villa are going to want to try and recover some pride after their quite controversial and unfortunate loss against Manchester United in the FA Cup, them, of course, being knocked out at Old Trafford last time out. I think it's going to be a close fixture. I think both sides have definitely got goals in them. I think in the end it might be a bit of a score draw, maybe one apiece, but I think it's a bit of a big game for both sides. United, if they can get a win, it puts them closer to that all-important top four places. They'll be level on points with fifth-placed Arsenal, whose game against Tottenham on Sunday has been called off, of course. And for Aston Villa, it will just propel them slightly higher up the table, away from the dangerous bottom three, and consolidating themselves in around the middle, around 10th place.
Corner for Bruno Fernandes on the left-hand side. It's in towards, and it doesn't get past the first man, but he's headed it out. Here's Luca Digne, the new man from Everton. That's right, a win for Villa tonight could put them into 10th place, depending on how many goals they win by. That's currently occupied by Leicester City. So we're just approaching 2 minutes, and we're on our second corner. It will be Bruno Fernandes yet again. He's got who's that with? He's got Greenwood. No, yes, that is Greenwood as a short option, but he's ignored him. He's gone into that front post again, and is equally easily cleared by Matty Cash of now of Poland. He'll be wanting to play well and get help. Poland are in the playoffs, aren't they? Correct, for the World Cup, so he's got something to play for when he gets called up for international duties. Elanga, first Premier League start for the young man, the young Swede. He's been brought down on the left-hand side, so all the early running in this opening 3 minutes has been made by the visitors. And there's another chance for Bruno Fernandes to get the ball into the box. Whereas the two corners he's had already have been, well, I wouldn't say atrocious, but not up to mark. I think Alex Telles is there with him, who might be trying to get trying to get himself over this free kicker. He is, and he's taken it into that corridor of uncertainty, and Villa are able to half clear it and then complete the clearance. It was Ollie Watkins, I think, there sliding in to stop that ball, but it's gone out of play. Man United keep it from the front. It's now back with Matic in the middle of the park, who's played it to Varane. Varane will spread it wide to Fred, who's got players making a run around it, but he's decided to just play it back to Lindelof, and Lindelof to Varane. Man United just going through the phases, keeping the ball, making Villa do some early running. That's a poor ball forward from Telles. Bruno Fernandes went one way, and Telles put the ball the other way, and Villa complete the clearance, but can't keep hold of the ball as Danny Ings hassles Lindelof, and Lindelof gives it to Dallo, and Man United making all the early running so far, and just going through the phases. As I mentioned, they're coming down the left-hand side now with Telles. A quick give and go with Greenwood. That's a nice move. Alanga's pointing to where he wants it, and then he's been brought down by Sanson. Sanson is very passionate in his defence, saying he didn't clip the ankles of Telles, but we'll watch the replay here now, Will, and he did.
Yeah, it's quite clear there that Sanson just mistimes his tackle. He's coming from an awkward angle. He's never likely to actually win the ball there. It's an unnecessary foul to give away. But it's another opportunity here for United to get the ball into the area. An earlier stat that came on our screen, which I found quite interesting, is that United now, with those two corners that we had earlier on in the game, they've now had 100 corners in the Premier League this season, and they haven't scored from any of them.
Well, they've got Cavani in there. He'll be looking to get his head on this one. Bruno Fernandes a bit further in than the previous free kick that Alex Telles took, which was a good one, which was cleared by Watkins, I believe it was, if my memory serves me right. As Watkins is taking charge of the defence here. He's just moving the Villa line onto the edge of the 18-yard line, but they've naturally just dropped deeper, a little bit deep again. And referee's just having a few words with the players on the inside. This time Telles leaves it. He gives it a little knock for Bruno Fernandes to take a few touches. He's shoving this. Oh my, it's a howler from Martinez. It's a howler. He's complaining straight away that Cavani was in an offside position blocking the goal. But Bruno Fernandes has put Man United ahead within 6 minutes and will explain that one.
I mean, it's going to be nigh on impossible to explain. Martinez, for so long since he's partly since he's moved to Aston Villa, and partly from when he had his sort of breakthrough at Arsenal in the back end of the season a few seasons ago, he's been so reliable in the goal. I think what Martinez is complaining about is that Cavani in front of him has put him off by sort of dangling a leg at it, and he thought he was offside. Look at the replay. Cavani is clearly on. There's definitely no doubt about that. We're just seeing a replay now, see how much his vision is impeded. I don't think there's a great deal in that. I think his vision is absolutely fine. It's just an absolute howler, an uncharacteristic howler from Emi Martinez, and that is really the worst possible start for Aston Villa, who realistically, 6 minutes in, they haven't got going in this one whatsoever.
They've only touched the ball when clearing it, but it was a smart move from Telles and Fernandez, where Telles ran over the ball and just dragged it a little bit, so the ball moved an inch or so, and Fernandez had a complete 10 yards, obviously, because Villa have to be 10 yards away from the ball, to space to run into, and then when he got the edge, when he finally got the pressure on, let the shot go, and Fernandez, it bounced in front of him, but it went right in, it went, as they say, into the breadbasket, but it just carried on rolling down his forearms and then through his legs. It's one you have to see, and it's one that you just can't comprehend, but that's it. Villa, they've barely had the ball and they're already 1-0 down, and like you say, Will, they were the better team last week at Old Trafford, but it's a new day. Man United were caught, weren't cold, but they didn't play well, but so far Man United have looked good. That's very easy to say in 7 minutes. There's still 83 minutes of normal time remaining, of course, injury time. But still, Villa have got to remember that. Is always when you concede an early goal, there's still plenty of time to get back into it. You kind of just got to pretend that it's still 0-0 and don't really change anything, don't get too desperate. But as they come now, it's a good build-up on the right between Sonsa and Matty Cash, and then a ball for Matty Cash is way overhit from Buendia, and that's just a mistake on Buendia's part. There's no excuse in that.
No. So it's really poor there from Wendy. He could have easily looked up to his left-hand side when he had the overlap of, I believe it was Jacob Ramsey, who was right by him. Instead, he tried to play it towards the right-hand side, and it's a woeful pass, really. It's almost more of a shot trying to play through Matty Cash, who's got no hope to get on the end of it. And as we see more replays of Martinez trying to make his case to the referee, he hasn't got a leg to stand on. And if I was United at the moment, I'd be looking to try and get as many shots in at Emiliano Martinez as possible in the next 5 minutes or so, whilst that mistake is still fresh in his mind, because if it is still in your memory, he will likely play on his next decision making and his next saves, and there's an increased chance that he might make another error.
Yeah, and then that creates a little bit of a nervous tension around. He is at the whole end, so he's at the Villa end, and here come Man United again. Elanga, and good tackle from Matty Cash, and the referee allows it to play on, and Cash now looks down the line looking for Watkins and Varane. Multiple winner, serial winner Varane. He knows how to read the game, and he cuts across him and puts the ball out of play. So Gerrard, McAllister and co, they're just having a little meeting to say, how do we get back into this game? Well, they've got to have some time on the ball first, as we're 9 minutes in, and Villa are yet to create anything of note or have any sort of meaningful possession. But here's Luca Digne, the new man from Everton, who's been brought down by Fred, and that's a good chance for Villa to get forward, put the ball into the box, and see if they create something of their own.
Yeah, I mean, I've always been really impressed with Luca Digne whenever he played at Everton. I think he's a fantastic fullback, especially going forward. His deliveries are one of the best in the league from that position. And he's going to offer just a little bit more than Matt Targett in that regards. Maybe defensively, you could argue he's maybe slightly worse. I don't think he's the greatest defensive fullback there is. But then again, I wouldn't say most fullbacks are actually that defensively adept, as Sanson is quite easily tackled by Alex Telles, although Varane in a tight area to get the ball away.
Yeah, Sonsa, it was a good move from Sonsa, but he just held on to the ball a little too long. Matty Cash, in my opinion, was ready to go in the channel between full-back and centre-half. But Man United are caught dreaming on the edge of the box. It's here's now to Buendia, tried to slip it through for Danny Ings, and Man United just about get back to clear. And Villa still have possession of the ball, so there is frailties there. And again, a pass from the Villa midfielders. This time it's Douglas Luiz, he's overhit it. As Matty Cash again looked to run in behind, as Alex Telles on the floor. He doesn't look injured, he just looks a little bit winded, and he just needs a break. He's just, I think the referee's just asked if he need the physio, and I think he misunderstood Telles, and then the referee waved, and he had a slight panic on, saying, no, I'm fine. Look, he's up on his feet, he's ready to go now. Scores on the doors of the games before the 3 o'clock games, and the big game so far was taking place at lunchtime. That was Man City-Chelsea. That was 1-0 to Man City. Kevin De Bruyne scored, and then relegation 6-pointer ended with 1 point each as Newcastle-Watford played out a 1-1 draw. Bit of an upset at Carrow Road. Norwich won 2-1 at home to Everton. banners unveiled by the Everton fans of Rafa, get out of our club. So who knows how long he'll be there for, as a long ball is played over the top for Greenwood to chase, and Minks just helps it out. And the final 3 o'clock game was finished Wolves 3, Southampton 1. So a throw in for Manchester United near the corner flag. It's Alex Telles who will be taking this throw. He's got Elanga and Bruno Fernandes as options, but he decides to go back to Matic. Matic under no pressure takes his time and then gives it back to Telles, who puts a good ball in, but it's over hit, and then Dallo is able to it's Greenwood is able to pick it up and then passes it back to Fred. Fred puts the ball in. It's a nice ball for Elanga to get his head on, and he does, but it's just past the post and it clips the side net and on its way through. But Martinez was strangely worried about that. It was definitely going wide, but he made a diving save for it, so he's still not over the mistake he made, I don't think.
No, I think he's desperate to try and get his hands on the ball and make a save, so he can just be a little bit more confident in that regard. I mean, fair play to Elanga. I don't think he's got any real right to win that header above Matic Cash. Granted, they are both quite diminutive figures in both of these squads, but he does well to climb above the Polish international and get his head onto it, but couldn't quite direct it on target, and it goes comfortably into the side netting. But 11, almost 12 minutes gone in this game, United looking very, very comfortable.
Yes, as Elanga has yet to get on the score sheet for Manchester United this season. He scored quite a few goals for the Swedish under-21s, but not for his club side. Well, he's only had a few appearances, to be fair to him. And Manchester United have the ball back in midfield. Alex Telles gets away from Ollie Watkins with ease, and then he kind of gets Matic into a little bit of trouble, and it's a poor pass from Matic back to Varane, but Varane's able to recover and give it back to De Gea, and now Fred comes to the edge of the box and picks up the ball off the Spaniard, and now they're underway again at Manchester United. I think this is their best opening 12 minutes or so under Ralph Rangnick.
Yeah, it would be hard to disagree with that. I mean, there's been plenty of news over the past week or so about the discontent around certain Man United players with Rangnick's tactics. There's some cliques being created in regards to the United squad, but I mean, from this opening 12 minutes, you would never really know that there's anything really up with the Red Devils. They're playing very, very confidently and playing with a real sense of assurance whenever they go forward. And whenever they do end up in the final third, you always think they're going to get the ball into the area and cause issues for this defence.
Yes, as Man United, one of a poor Man United, currently sits 6th in the league as results as they are, just 1 point off Arsenal in 5th and 3 points off West Ham in that final 4th Europe Champions League spot. Man United, of course, have a game in hand. I can't remember which one was postponed, but they've ended up with a game in hand, and they have the ball now on the far right hand side with Dallo, and Greenwood quickly gives it back to Lindelof. Gerrard's trying to hustle his team out and apply some pressure, as it is Man United again still very much in control of the game. Ramsey trying to hustle his man on that side, but he's lost out to Fernandes. Got plenty of time to pick a ball out, looking for Dallo over the top, and Luca Digne competes well, and Dallo's not able to get on the end of it, and it just goes out of play for a goal kick. So we're just into the 15th minute now. If you're late to the game, it's Aston Villa 0, Manchester United 1. Bruno Fernandes scored in the 6th minute from a long-range effort, which Martinez had a complete howler. Back in the days of David Seaman goalkeeping nightmares video and DVD, would definitely be on that one. And if you can ever find it, have yourself a little chuckle. Obviously, if you're a Aston Villa fan, your chuckle may turn into tears of despair. But Villa are looking to get back into this game. They've sort of opening 5 minutes or so looked like, well, opening 10 minutes it looked like Man United not run away with it, but they were being the dominant team. Villa have got into it now. They're having some more time on the ball, but yet to really create anything, Will.
No, they really haven't. The few times they have had possession in the attacking third for Aston Villa, the likes of Buendia haven't really had the greatest creative impact. They've been swarmed in the middle of the park, and the passing's just been really, really poor. Steven Gerrard's going to be furious and apoplectic, really, with what he's seen from his side in that regards. But the key players are just being marshalled out of the game. We've barely mentioned Watkins or Ings in the attacking third. We've only really mentioned them in a defensive aspect, and obviously we've already mentioned Buendia not having the greatest game going forward. I mean, we've already, I know it's been mentioned, I think, in the preamble that, or in the press conferences before the game that Steven Gerrard has said that Coutinho doesn't have the match fitness required to start. He is on the bench today, but with the way the game's going, he's sort of begging for Coutinho to come on and use his creative aspect to try, and he would likely have a very positive influence. So with the way the game's going, I can very much see the Brazilian entering the field of play for his Villa debut.
Yeah, but I don't think he'll play no more than half an hour. I think he won't come on at half-time. 45 minutes is still a long time, especially in the Premier League, and who knows when he last played for Barcelona without that piece of information to hand, as they win Man United win yet another throwing off Matty Cash, and Alex Tellers throws it back to Varane, and Varane under no pressure from the front three of Watkins, Ings and Buendia. Buendia in the centre, Watkins on the right, Ings on the left. I presume all three of them will mix and match and change whenever they see fit. As a ball over the top from Lindelof intended for Cavani, his overhit, and Martinez grabs onto that and just simply rolls it out for Sonza, who turns to Luiz, and Luiz over to Mings, and they will look to get themselves back into the game. But David De Gea has had nothing to do as of yet. No goal attempts from the Villains, and 3 goal attempts from the Red Devils, and obviously 1 going in the net. And they've it says 60-40 split on possession. Man United in the majority, and Villa they haven't had that their spark man, their magic man, Buendia, or Buendia. He hasn't got into the game yet, giving anything for Watkins or Ings to get excited about, as Man United again step out yet another unimaginative Villa attack and clear their lines and pick up the ball in midfield now on the right hand side. Mason Greenwood takes a run at the Villa defence and then decides to come back and give it to the Man United defenders.
Yes, Wendy has really struggled to get himself involved in this game, and United, they're just playing it from side to side, making Villa do all the running at the moment, and Villa can barely get close to United at this moment in time. It's really, really easy and comfortable for the Red Devils. And, well, Alex Tellers has had so much of the ball down the left-hand side. Surprised he hasn't put more crosses into the area. He might do it here, though. Here
it comes. It's looking for Cavani. It was almost there. It's forced to Greenwood. Greenwood, that's a good save from Martinez. He's recovered well there from the mistake he made earlier. Cavani competing with Mings, I think it was, and the Uruguayan was unable to get on the end of it, but Greenwood was there at the back post to pick up the piece. Sorry, it's Luca Digne who he competed with the ball there. Cavani. Martinez quick off his line to block that, and that will be good for his confidence in be able to just get that mistake out of his system. Yeah, that's massive really for Martinez. He was really quick off his line to close down the pressure from Mason Greenwood and made himself big and got a vital arm to it. Cavani, though, is still down from that earlier cross from Alex Tellers when he tried to get on the end of it. I think he may have been caught by, I want to say, Tyrone Mings, who was the player that was marking him, but he's down in a real spot of bother. It's his right ankle that's causing him issues. Hopefully he'll be okay to continue, but the fact the physios have had to come on and he's clearly in a great deal of anguish and bother at the moment, Cavani, if he does have to go off, you're looking at the bench for United, and they don't really have any other out-and-out striker they can bring on. It might have to be someone like Lingard or Sancho. Yeah, there's Man United have already had they haven't got enough players to fill this bench anyway. That's with 2 goalkeepers on there as well. On the bench for United is Heaton, Henderson, Jones, Lingard, Maguire, Matas, Sancho, and Van der Beek. And Cavani, he's never has a clean run again since he's joined Man United. What, a year, 18 months ago, however long it's been, and he's just, Luca Digne is just, no intent, no malice there, but he's landed on the feet of, on the right ankle of Cavani, his boots, so definitely painful for the Uruguayan, and he's just taking a hobble. He's walking around the pitch, but he's not walking to the dugout, so Man United fans will be hopeful of that. He's able to get himself into a light jog, and I think he looks like he'll be able to carry on. Yes, and that is really, really big. And like you say, it was Digne was just trying to go in for the block. Didn't need to make it in the end. He just lands awkwardly on the Achilles. So in comes the corner. It's straight to Amini Martinez. It was obviously intended to be flicked on at the near post, and Fred's just held up. Good play from Fred, just getting his body in the way to stop Martinez kicking out of his hands quickly. Instead, he's had to roll it to Matty Cash, and Cavani's back on the pitch, and he's immediately sprinting after the ball. So he's fit and well and ready to carry on. He's such a key man for Manchester United. Who knew he would, at his age, he would take to the Premier League so well? But I suppose you class never leaves you. If you know where to be, it doesn't matter how slow you are, you can choose the right time. But there's a good step over from Greenwood. He's got away from his man, got away from a second Villa man too. He gives it to Fernandez. Fernandez doesn't take under his spell straight away and then helps onto Elanga. Greenwood carries on his run over there, but the Swedish Elanga keeps hold of it. Fernandez looks into the box. Cavani was a run, then gives it to Matic, and Matic just takes a heavy touch, and Villa are able to clear, but they've only cleared it about 15 yards or so, and Fernandez is able to pick it up. And Manchester United will look slowly take it over to the right as the left-hand side of the pitch got filled rather quickly with Villa defenders, and now they're on the right-hand side and they've lost the ball, and Villa will recover with Tyrone Mings, and I don't think Villa fans will like that from Tyrone Mings. They haven't looked after the ball well, and Mings has just hoofed it up clear on the half volley, but fortunately the second ball has fallen in favour to Buendia, who's on the left-hand side, and there's not a lot of Villa players running forward. It's very slow and unimaginative, and Man United got back into position. Well, it looked like Man United got back into position quickly because there's nobody in Villa Claret to there was just nobody rushing forward.
No, there was no overlaps, there was no urgency in their play, and they just had to just play it back towards their defence in order to hold on to possession. There's no forward running from Aston Villa's point of view. Yes, you can argue that Watkins and Ings haven't had the required service, but they haven't made themselves open either.
No, they weren't. They were very static, weren't they? As Buendia was over there trying to create something, but Ings and Watkins are not doing their part of the deal, and Villa are just getting themselves on the ball now with Konza on the halfway line, plays it into Buendia, but Buendia didn't really look to see that where that pass was going. He's kicked it straight into Bruno Fernandes, who was no more than 2 yards away, and he set it through for Elanga, who's got past two Villa players. He's down into the box, looks at the referee. Referee says no, falls to Cavani. Cavani plays a great ball into the box, but the problem was all the Man United players stopped to look at the referee, and Villa are able to clear. Well, I say clear, they've got hold of it, but they're knocking it around in their own penalty area. And now Martinez puts his foot through it, but again, it never falls to a Villa player. The second ball always seems to be falling to a man in light blue, and here's Elanga on the left-hand side, knocks it back for Tellers. Tellers, like you said, moments ago, Tellers has had a great opening 23 minutes or so. As Villa with Buendia is able to turn. Buendia is really starting to get better into the game after that poor pass, which set less than 10 minutes in when Mati Castro's through on goal. But he's getting into the game, and we are over halfway in the first half here at Villa Park. I'll hand you over to Will now, who will take you through to half-time.
Thank you very much, Max. And it is Aston Villa in possession on the left-hand side with Ramsey, another player who we haven't really mentioned a great deal of in this game so far. Douglas Luiz now will spread it towards Cash on the right-hand side, holding off Elanga before going backwards once again to his defensive partner in Ezri Konsa. Konsa now finding Mings on the left-hand side. Space for Luca Digne on the left. He won't utilise him, instead comes inwards towards Ramsey. In turn will also give it back towards Konsa once again. United holding their shape well, making it really difficult for the villains to play their way through the midfield, as Ramsey is being watched well by Greenwood and by Fred. He does well to hold on to possession, goes back again towards Ezri Konsa, who gets away from Fernandez and will lay it off towards Buendia, who's dropped very, very deep to get himself involved. Now is Morgan Sanson. Buendia on the halfway line towards the right-hand side in Cash. First time football from Aston Villa, holding on to possession well. Away from Elanga and then going back towards Konsa once again. Here's Douglas Luiz. Away from Fred, spreading it back towards the right-hand side. But with every pass that is somewhat forward, United immediately look to press and make things as difficult as possible for Aston Villa. Here's Morgan Sanson again. Cash, still De Gea, and the Manchester United defence relatively untroubled thus far, as Mings spreads it towards Ramsey. That's better. Ramsey finding Watkins. Bit of space maybe here on the left-hand side. Luca Digne, his first cross. I think it will be okay to concussion concerns with that. He is back onto his feet and he should be okay to continue. But it was brought back anyway, I think, possibly for either an offside or a free kick, and it will be a chance for United to clear their danger. But it's probably the best bit of possession that we've seen from Aston Villa so far in this game.
Yeah, it's good possession, but they're not really doing anything with it. They're still I've got their stats in front of me, still yet to have a shot on target or a shot or an attempt in general. And they haven't really penetrated the Man United penalty area. It's all been nice football around the edge of the box, but the Man United defences remain strong and compact, and Villa just haven't been able to break through yet.
No, not currently, as Varane spreads it up towards Lindelof. Lindelof will find Dalot with a little bit of space for the Italian to run into. Sorry, the Portuguese defender, I should say, as Greenwood holds off Lucadinho.
That was the old Dalot who was Italian, wasn't it?
I believe so, yes. I'm thinking too far in the past at the moment, as Fernandez gets possession. Through ball intended for Elanga. Elanga just can't quite get on the end of it, but Mings makes the interception, makes a clearance only as far as Varane. Sanson wins the header under collision between him and Fernandez. Play on, says the referee, as Greenwood now makes his way forward. Greenwood towards Dalot on the right-hand side. Oh, that's a nasty tackle by Lucadinho. That's going to be a free kick for Manchester United, and a very clear yellow card as well. Promising position to possibly get the ball into the area, but that is probably the clearest booking that you'll see today.
Yeah, it was a great move from Dalot. Just sort of flicked it behind his standing leg as Digne sort of bought the bait. He went for the bait, didn't he? Dalot dangled the ball and flicked it away at the last minute. Kind of knew that he was going to get clattered, but that's 5 yellow cards now for Lucadinho, so he will be susnosed as we're past that suspended date now, I think, aren't we? But 5 yellow cards for him this season. But more importantly, dangerous position for Manchester United here on the right-hand side, about 2 yards out from the penalty box. It's again Fernandez and Alex Telles standing over it. No way can they play that same ploy of last time of just gently touching it and then sprinting away, and they're getting a shot away which gave them the goal.
Away well by Martinez as far as Greenwood on the edge of the area, gets away from Sanson, gets a shot away as well through a crowd of players. Martinez scrambling to his left-hand side, didn't need to make a save though. That goes comfortably wide of the left-hand post, but it was another really dangerous time there for the Argentine goalkeeper.
It was, and as he punched that ball clear, Edison Cavani was running on the front post, and he was not too far away from getting a glancing header, and it was so quick and so close. I think any meaningful contact with the ball that was on target, I think that's in the back of the net, and 2-0 to Manchester United. And Greenwood, we know he's got a good shot in him, and it was just wide. It was very unfortunate for the young England man.
Here's Watkins for Aston Villa, finding support in Digne to his left-hand side. Back towards Ollie Watkins, who holds off Greenwood, makes his way forward, trying to get away from Fred as well. It's a decent foot in there by the Brazilian, which wrong foots Ollie Watkins, and it goes out off of the young Englishman, out of play for a goal kick for Manchester United. As we see the stats on our screen, 5 shots for the Red Devils with 3 on target, none so far for Aston Villa, with 54% of possession going towards the Red Devils as well, which is really just highlighting how dominant and how comfortable they have been in the opening almost half an hour.
Yeah, Villa have barely made Manchester United defensively. They've not caused a sweat at all. David De Gea has not touched the ball apart from when his defenders feel like they just want to pass it back to him. But other than that, he's had nothing to do with Villa whatsoever. He's very much a passenger, or could easily just be sat in the stands. He's not been needed at all, and Villa will want to change that, as we've got 15 minutes before half-time. They've got to at least create something to give them some, not hope, because it's not that too much of a lost cause yet, but just something for the fans to get behind, because this performance won't be encouraging to them.
Here is Raphael Varane for Manchester United. He spreads it wide towards Lindelof, now with Dalot, who spreads it towards Greenwood, who gets away from Watkins. Back it goes towards Lindelof again, under pressure from Emiliano Buendia. We'll spread it towards the centre-back partner in Varane. Now with Telles, plays a 1-2 with Fernandez. His return pass, though, the Portuguese midfielder can't quite find Telles. Then Ings picks up possession. He's fouled by Nemanja Matic, and it will be a free kick for the home side. Possible opportunity to float the ball into the area, but maybe rather surprisingly, Matic actually gone into David Coote's book there for that foul.
Yeah,
I can only imagine that's an accumulation.
I think it was a silly foul. It's late. Ings has lifted over and got it past Matic, and then Matic, he's just followed through on his initial challenge just to take him out, because he knew Ings was away. So yeah, very cynical from Matic. It needed to be booked as well, because Buendia was free and available. I think that's what Ings was looking for, but Villa would do well to get this in the box. If it's a long way out, it's definitely going to have to be some sort of knockdown and win the second ball situation.
Yes, they don't have the same height as Manchester United, but they do have some physical players to aim for as the ball is floated in by Buendia. Not the greatest delivery, easily cleared by Fred, but still in a dangerous area. Greenwood will find Fred again. And Fred then lays it through towards Fernandez. That's a lovely poke-through ball. And then Greenwood, oh, what a tackle that is by the Frenchman. Morgan Sanson tracked the run of Greenwood superbly well and made a vital sliding interception to get the ball away from the young English forward.
Yeah, if he didn't do that, Greenwood was away with Cavani free in the middle. It might have been a 2-on-1 or at least a 2-on-2 situation. And at the moment, you'd back Greenwood and Cavani to at least finish up the move, testing keeper Martinez.
With the way Aston Villa are playing going forward at the moment and how easy United have had it going forward as well, how big of a miss is John McGinn in the centre of the Aston Villa midfield?
Well, it's massive because they've looked very uninspiring so far, but here's a chance for them now with Buendia running directly at the defence, gives it to Ramsey, and it's it's Watkins who's just a tame effort at goal, but that's the first effort they've had, so it's just nice to get your first out of the way.
Yes, and it wasn't the greatest of efforts there by Ollie Watkins. It was the right pass from Buendia, I think, at the right time as well. It just gets sort of stuck underneath his feet, Ollie Watkins. He's trying to sort of caress it into the corner, doesn't get the accuracy nor the power required, and it's the simplest of saves by David De Gea as Diogo Dalot then gets away from Ramsey and away from Douglas Luiz, but then can't find Elanga. The interception made by Tyrone Mings. Ramsey, lovely skill to get away from Fernandez. His poke pass blocked by Matic, and there could be an opportunity here for Manchester United. It's a 3-on-3. If Fernandez can pick the right pass, he's got Greenwood to his left-hand side. It's Mason Greenwood who'll go for goal. Big save. Aston Elanga can't quite convert. The bounce of the ball just spooned above the young Swedish forward, and he couldn't quite get enough of a touch onto it to poke home what surely would have been the second of this game. The attack still not over, though, for Manchester United. Greenwood on the left-hand side, held up by Cash. Now with Fred, support with Alex Tellers on the left-hand side, who looks to get across into the area. Flicked away by Cash, and that'll be picked up again by Ollie Watkins, who looks to clear his line. It was blocked well by Matic, and it will be picked up again by Diogo Dalot. But United inches away there from going 2-0 up.
Yeah, it was just a few inches too short. If it was Cavani following it in, you would have backed him to just simply head that ball home. But as it was young Elanga, he hasn't got the same height, obviously, but Greenwood's pace there made that move. Able to get away from the Villa defenders with ease, and he just very unfortunate. Martinez made a good save, but he'd be wanting to push it next time. If it was happened again, he'd want to push the ball further wide of goal and not straight back into play. As Man United just get back to knocking the ball around their defenders and having it with ease. As Fernandez now looks up, plays a long ball over the top, intended for Greenwood, I reckon, but it's gone out of play, and Villa will start the play again.
Yes, I'll have to restart from the back this time around, as we just see pictures of Ralf Rangnick putting some more orders to his side. He's going to be so happy with what he's seen from his 11 on the field so far, as Watkins looks to make his way forward, spreading it towards the left-hand side in Luca Digne. His pass towards Watkins is intercepted by Fernandez, but it cannons off the United captain for the day and going out of play for a corner kick. The first corner for Aston Villa. Maybe an opportunity here to get what would be an equaliser completely against the one.
To that 6-yard box, Cavani's come to meet him, so that's an interesting battle. It will be Douglas Luiz.
Douglas Luiz with the cross into the area, intending for Watkins, who managed to just beat Lindelof in the air. It comes off the Swede as well, though, and will be Konsa that tries to shepherd that ball out of play for a corner kick, and that is exactly what he will get. So the attack still not over for United to deal with, as they'll keep the likes of Mings and Ezri Konsa inside the area to try and get across onto their heads. They're probably the two main figureheads to aim for in regards to height and physicality. They've got also Cash, Buendia in the area as well. Watkins, Ings also lurking. So they've got numbers, but maybe not exactly the required height. As Konsa tries to get away from his marker, who is Aston Elanga. Digne with the cross in, and the header is won by, I think it might have actually been Emiliano Buendia with the header. Well saved by David De Gea at his near post. He had to be alert to the danger there, and it was the diminutive Argentine who rose highest, and his glancing header almost gave Villa the equaliser.
Free header, that's the problem with zonal marking. Sometimes if a player just finds the gaps between the zones or the fringes, two United players who just didn't really go for it. But Buendia, free header, he did everything right. Good contact, good run to get away from the man. Just unfortunate that it was straight at David De Gea.
Yes, but there's also a free kick now for Aston Villa, which came very soon after the clearance made from Manchester United, so they've got a little bit of defending to do with around 10 minutes of the first half remaining. Luca Digne will be the man that takes it. His delivery towards a back post isn't bad. It's headed away, though, by Lindelof, and it'll be Ramsey that mops up to give it back towards Morgan Sanson. Villa just growing in confidence in this game. Sanson with the floated ball forward. Mings can't get on the end of it. The header from Telles is Paul. It falls to Buendia, who then is tackled well by Fred, but then Buendia rides the challenges and wins possession back for his side. Buendia, what a through ball that is towards Manny Cash inside the area, who's held up well by Varane. Cash gets across in. Flicked away by Lindelof. Cavani will help it on its way as well. Fred with another clearance, only as far as Luca Digne. Now with Buendia again. Buendia back towards Digne on the left-hand side. Has the overlap in Ramsey, and he'll utilise him as well. Ramsey held up by Cavani, who's doing his defensive duties. Ramsey away from Dalot. His pass, though, is intercepted by Elanga, who then makes the clearance away from danger, but it'll go straight to Tyrone Mings. Aston Villa still on the attack. Buendia towards Cash. Held up by Telles. Back it goes towards Ezri Konsa. Now with Luiz. Good pressure by the likes of Elanga and by Fernandez to force Villa inside their own half, and Mings will go back towards his goalkeeper Martinez. But this is what Villa have been missing really in the entirety of this first half.
How the tables have turned is Mings just taking the safe option, being smart really, keeping hold of possession. They know they're in the dominant, they're now the dominant team for the last 5 or so minutes. They don't want to give the ball away stupidly, just like that by Douglas Luiz. But Buendia's done really well to win it back and then win a free kick off Fred, and he's got the game going again very quickly.
Yes, quick free kick taken to find Sanson. Now Digne on the left-hand side. Dangerous cross in, intending for Ings. Headed away well by Varane. Little back heel in the air by Buendia to find Sanson, who gets another cross in. Cash going to keep the ball in play on the slide. Couldn't quite get on the end of it in time, and he'll go out for a goal kick. But they're looking very dangerous now, Aston Villa.
That was really good play from Villa. Very quick, very sharp. Man United, don't want to say chasing shadows, but they kind of were. They weren't getting anywhere near the Villa players as that move was created, and it's just overhit, unfortunately, for Cash. But there was Danny Ings was free, not marked at the back post, so if Cash was able to get that and get it to the back post, Danny Ings might have had a very easy chance to equal the game up, sorry.
Yeah, so they're doing everything right in the attacking areas at the moment, Aston Villa, over the last 5 minutes or so, as Sanson gets across into the area. Can't find a man in claret and blue, but it will be picked up by Digne on the opposite wing with around 7 minutes of the game to go. Digne will find Ramsey. Turns away from Fred, now with Buendia inside the area, away from Cavani, flicks it back towards Ings, who will let that go towards Douglas Luiz, who scything tackle will bring down Bruno Fernandes. It will be a free kick, and I think there's just a lack of communication there between Douglas Luiz and Danny Ings, which meant the Brazilian was on the stretch.
Yeah, I don't think it was a challenge in the end, because you say that mention and breakdown of communication, he sort of had to go in and like shoot at the very last minute, and that shot just sort of, he was leaning back and he just slipped, and it's just a bit of a miffraff, and it just ended up taking out Bruno Fernandes. But Buendia, I think, could he have got a shot away there himself? And yeah, Douglas Luiz, it was a tackle, yeah. But it was an unfortunate one because he just didn't get the nod. I don't think he told Ings to leave it. Ings just left it on instinct, thinking Douglas Luiz was aware of what was going on, and he evidently wasn't. But again, Villa winning the ball back very quickly, and they have a throw on the last hand side. Look, Villa last 15 minutes have been the dominant team. They just haven't got the ball in the net, and I'm afraid for Villa that half-time might come at the wrong time for them if they don't get a goal soon.
Yes, they've got around 5 minutes of the mandatory 45 in order to get that goal, as the pass from Ramsey is poor, picked up by Fred. There might be a counter-attack opportunity here for Manchester United. Greenwood getting away from Luiz, now with Cavani, back towards Greenwood, supporting Elanga on the opposite wing, and he'll utilise the Swede as well. Elanga held up by Cash. Surely that's a foul by the Polish defender. That is going to be a free kick, and David Coote, the referee, is just going to have a few words with the full-back, not going to show a yellow card this time around, but Cash is slightly over-eager in trying to win possession back for his side.
Yeah, Elanga just sort of dangled the carrot a little bit with heavy touch, but no, to be honest, Cash was never getting there, was he? Went straight through the back of the Swede, and Cash really should know better that he's not going to win the ball like that in the Premier League.
No, it was poor play there by the fullback. Here is Lindelof, chipping the ball over the top, intending for Tellez. Pokes it back for Elanga, holds off Cash, then spreads it wide for a run of Fred. Now with Lindelof, finding Dallo. He plays a 1-2 with Greenwood. Back it will go again towards Lindelof, under pressure from Danny Ings, all the way back towards his goalkeeper actually in David De Gea. And now Varane chips it down the line, intending for Cavani. His cushion pass can't quite find Tellez, and then Konsa has been brought down by Anthony Elanga. That's going to be a free kick for Aston Villa. Konsa writhing around in pain. I think it's more for Elanga landing on him rather than the actual contact of the foul itself. Devicu is just, I think, giving Elanga his final word of warning. We see a replay of that tackle. I mean, I didn't really see exactly why Konsa was in that much pain. It looked rather innocuous.
Yeah, no idea. But if he is in pain, he really is. He's on all fours and just wincing, and then, oh my God, that's a limp and a half, wasn't it?
Yeah, so it's I mean, if he isn't actually injured, it's fantastic acting from Ezzy Konsa. So credit where credit's due in that regards. He is back onto his feet and still moving a little bit gingerly.
He's holding it, but he's still able to move around quite quickly, and we'll see what he does with this pass. Yeah, he's fine.
Yes, Konsa goes back towards Louise, and now Mings will skip away from Fred. Goes back towards Ezri Konsa again, who is getting a little bit more movement to his play, although he is still clutching his left side. As Sanson gets away from Matic, goes wide towards Cash. Away from Tellez, back it goes again, this time for Douglas Luiz. Held up by Cavani. Cash looking to get across into the area. Dangerous as well, intending for Ings. He'll then fall towards the back post. Luca Coutinho, what a wonderful effort that was by the Frenchman. On a rather cushioned volley with the side of his left boot. Plenty of power behind it. De Gea almost caught out the back post. Was forced to react quickly and make a good save with his legs.
Yeah, that's the dream for any fullback. Just arriving in the box late. The ball's whipped across the penalty box as the ball is... so another cross in from Dean, who collects by De Gea, but the fullback, as I was saying, the fullback, that's their dream, isn't it? They quietly sneak into the back of the box, they time their run perfectly, hit it first time, great contact. Again, like Buendia, he did everything right, just unfortunate that it was straight at De Gea.
Here is Bruno Fernandes now to bring this ball forward for Manchester United. Spreading it wide, or inwards I should say, for Nemanja Matic. Holding off Konsa and Luiz. Just waits for support, gets it in Elanga towards the left-hand side. Elanga now, in turn, will go back towards Fernandes, and United just going to try and slow down the proceedings here and try and ride out this wave of pressure from Aston Villa up until half-time, as Lindelof spreads it towards Dallo, who will get away from Ramsey, finds Fred. Under pressure from Luiz, Fred will aim towards Fernandes. Advantage being played by the referee, David Coote, and Fernandes' pass will find Elanga, who keeps the ball in play and looks to take on Matty Cash. Good dribbling there by the Swede. Elanga holding on to possession, then his pass well blocked again by Morgan Sanson. Clearance out of play by Ezri Konsa, who once again is down on the deck. So I'm not sure Konsa's actually going to be able to play much more of this game.
No, so what, we're in the 45th minute now, and depending on how you imagine, there'll only be 2 or so minutes added on for injury added time at the end of the half, and you're sort of looking at the bench, just thinking who they could bring on, and it's not names you'd associate with confidence in defence for Villa. So I think they'll want Konsa to get to half time and then assess from there.
Yes, I think you're looking at the most likely change being a like-for-like with Courtney Hawes going into the central defence. Konsa is still down, receiving treatment.
But it looks like he might not even make it to half-time.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's his hip or if it's his back that's got the issues. Either way, he seems to be in a real spot of bother, and hopefully he is going to be okay to see out at least the end of the half, which we have now played the full 45 minutes of that half, waiting for confirmation of how much added time there will be. 3 minutes have been confirmed by the 4th official. We're still waiting for play to resume. As David Coote just waits for the go-ahead from the physios. Courtney Hawes is the man that's getting, well, I was going to say stripped and ready. It's his gloves that are coming off.
He's taking his gloves off, yeah, and he's just waiting, isn't he? I think he knows that the priority is to try and get him ready to get him to half-time and then assess and give him 15 minutes of treatment and rest in that injury. But they are checking out that left hip. I think they've just put the magic spray on to see if that makes any difference. And yeah, they're just doing some treatment on the pitch. And well, it'll be 3 minutes or once the game gets back underway, which it could be a while. And they're just helping him to his feet now. Obviously, he'll have to go off and he'll come back on again. But I imagine Hawes will be doing a full warm-up during the half-time break, and then told at the last, with a couple of minutes to go, whether he'll be coming on or not.
Yes, and we have already played 1 minute of added time, so I'm assuming we are going to go quite a way over this minimum amount shown of 3 minutes. It was the collision between Konsa and Alanga which has caused the issues for the central defender. Ezri Konsa, who's having a decent goal-scoring season for his standards. He's not known for getting goals, but he has got 2 this campaign. So you're also just seeing pictures of Jadon Sancho on the bench today for Manchester United, who he really hasn't had the impact that we all sort of expected and hoped after his very promising performances with England and, of course, Borussia Dortmund.
Well, yeah, but I didn't think he should have come to Man United in the first place, because Man United, it seems like it's not a where players just seem to dip. Their form just seems to disappear, whether that's them or external factors at the club. Donny van der Beek, prime example. He's come here, he was playing perfectly well for Dortmund. He was kind of like out there, the British media spotlight. He's living in Germany, just doing his thing over there, putting in solid performances. And then we saw him at England and we go, wow, this is a great player. Obviously, Dortmund cashed in on him early because his contract was up the following year, wasn't it, or something like that. But yeah, it just hasn't it hasn't paid off whatsoever. I don't know if it's him or the club, but it's just not working for him. And with the World Cup now at the end of the year, if it was this summer, you would imagine that he might have if the World Cup was this summer, you imagine he might have tried to force a move during the summer window, definitely the January window, because at the moment you can't say he'll be in Gareth Southgate's squad.
No, not with his form and appearances that he's getting at the moment. You wouldn't back him to being named, as Dalot looks to try and make some waves on the right-hand side. He floats the ball into the area, falls to Alanga on the edge, and takes a big deflection, which wrong foots Martinez. Will go out of play for a corner kick for Manchester United. It was Ezri Konsa who is still on the field making the block, and he is going to try and see out this game. He made no real attempt to make the block. No, he just stood still.
It just hit him that he was just slowly walking out. He's just trying to position himself as that he's not the last man, isn't he? He's just trying to keep himself just a few yards ahead of the defensive line. Mings is looking very concerned that his central defensive partner. We've had the 3 minutes, but obviously I think a minute and a half of that was treatment to Konsa, so we might be playing for another minute or 2.
As Fred cushions it back towards Dalot, now with Fernandez on the left-hand side. He's just going to go all the way back towards De Gea just to run down this clock even further. De Gea is going to take his time, slowly being pressurised by Danny Ings, but De Gea lifts it over the top, intending for Fred, and Konsa gets another touch to it with a little header, but he's still not really moving with any real fluidity. As Ings cushions it out towards Ramsey, surely that's a handball. It's not going to be given, instead advantage, and United are going to continue with possession with Matic. Fernandez away from Sanson. Now towards the left-hand side in Tellez. Greenwood, ball over the top, intending again for Alex Tellez. He'll get on the end of it. Konsa doing his best to get back, but he just doesn't have the required legs. Cross into the area, well dealt with by Jacob Ramsey, putting the ball out for a throw-in for Manchester United. But why there was no more cover really for Ezri Konsa, who's clearly struggling, is quite baffling.
It is. I think maybe they just think it would just get to half-time and then deal with it. It's only a couple of minutes, but Man United, Ralph Rangnick knows that they should be capitalising on this. They're trying, but Villa were just digging themselves out of it at the last minute.
And looks like the half-time whistle has now been blown. So we're going into the interval. Aston Villa 0, Manchester United 1. And we'll see you in the second half.
Half-time at Villa Park and Man United have the lead 1-0 at the break thanks to a goalkeeping howler from Villa keeper Martinez. It was a simple short free kick as Bruno Fernandes then dribbled forward and a shot from range, and it just went through the legs of the Villa keeper. Complete howler. It'll be one for the end of season montage, and it's a nice open game, a game of few chances though. Villa's best chance came from Bundia from a free header at a corner, but he was unable to convert, so it remains 1-0 United. Half-time at Villa Park and Man United have the lead 1-0 at the break thanks to a goalkeeping howler from Villa keeper Martinez. It was a simple short free kick as Bruno Fernandes then dribbled forward and a shot from range, and it just went through the legs of the Villa keeper. Complete howler. It'll be one for the end of season montage, and it's a nice open game, a game of few chances though. Villa's best chance came from Bundia from a free header at a corner, but he was unable to convert, so it remains 1-0 United. Half-time at Villa Park and Man United have the lead 1-0 at the break thanks to a goalkeeping howler from Villa keeper Martinez. It was a simple short free kick as Bruno Fernandes then dribbled forward and a shot from range, and it just went through the legs of the Villa keeper. Complete howler. It'll be one for the end of season montage, and it's a nice open game, a game of few chances though. Villa's best chance came from Bundia from a free header at a corner, but he was unable to convert, so it remains 1-0 United. Half-time at Villa Park and Man United have the lead 1-0 at the break thanks to a goalkeeping howler from Villa keeper Martinez. It was a simple short free kick as Bruno Fernandes then dribbled forward and a shot from range, and it just went through the legs of the Villa keeper. Complete howler. It'll be one for the end of season montage, and it's a nice open game, a game of few chances though. Villa's best chance came from Bundia from a free header at a corner, but he was unable to convert, so it remains 1-0 United. Half-time at Villa Park and Man United have the lead 1-0 at the break thanks to a goalkeeping howler from Villa keeper Martinez. It was a simple short free kick as Bruno Fernandes then dribbled forward and a shot from range, and it just went through the legs of the Villa keeper. Complete howler. It'll be one for the end of season montage, and it's a nice open game, a game of few chances though. Villa's best chance came from Bundia from a free header at a corner, but he was unable to convert, so it remains 1-0 United. Half-time at Villa Park and Man United have the lead 1-0 at the break thanks to a goalkeeping howler from Villa keeper Martinez. It was a simple short free kick as Bruno Fernandes then dribbled forward and a shot from range, and it just went through the legs of the Villa keeper. Complete howler. It'll be one for the end of season montage, and it's a nice open game, a game of few chances though. Villa's best chance came from Bundia from a free header at a corner, but he was unable to convert, so it remains 1-0 United. Half-time at Villa Park and Man United have the lead 1-0 at the break thanks to a goalkeeping howler from Villa keeper Martinez. It was a simple short free kick as Bruno Fernandes then dribbled forward and a shot from range, and it just went through the legs of the Villa keeper. Complete howler. It'll be one for the end of season montage, and it's a nice open game, a game of few chances though. Villa's best chance came from Bundia from a free header at a corner, but he was unable to convert, so it remains 1-0 United. Half-time at Villa Park and Man United have the lead 1-0 at the break thanks to a goalkeeping howler from Villa keeper Martinez. It was a simple short free kick as Bruno Fernandes then dribbled forward and a shot from range, and it just went through the legs of the Villa keeper. Complete howler. It'll be one for the end of season United. Man United have the lead 1-0 at the break thanks to a goalkeeping howler from Villa keeper Martinez. It was a simple short free kick as Bruno Fernandes then dribbled forward and a shot from range, and it just went through the legs of the Villa keeper. Complete howler. It'll be one for the end of season montage, and it's a nice open game, a game of few chances though. Villa's best chance came from Bundia from a free header at a corner, but he was unable to convert, so it remains 1-0 United. Half-time at Villa Park and Man United have the lead 1-0 at the break thanks to a goalkeeping howler from Villa keeper Martinez. It was a simple short free kick as Bruno Fernandes then dribbled forward and a shot from range, and it just went through the legs of the Villa keeper. Complete howler. It'll be one for the end of season montage, and it's a nice open game, a game of few chances though. Villa's best chance came from Bundia from a free header at a corner, but he was unable to convert, so it remains 1-0 United. Half-time at Villa Park, and Man United have the lead 1-0 at the break thanks to a goalkeeping howler from Villa keeper Martinez. It was a simple short free kick as Bruno Fernandes then dribbled forward and a shot from range, and it just went through the legs of the Villa keeper. Complete howler. It'll be one for the end of season montage, and it's a nice open game, a game of few chances though. Villa's best chance came through Bundia from a free header at a corner, but he was unable to convert, so it remains 1-0 United. Half-time at Villa Park, and Man United have the lead 1-0 at the break thanks to a goalkeeping howler from Villa keeper Martinez. It was a simple short free kick as Bruno Fernandes then dribbled forward and a shot from range, and it just went through the legs of the Villa keeper. Complete howler. It'll be one for the end of season montage, and it's a nice open game, a game of few chances though. Villa's best chance came through Bundia from a free header at a corner, but he was unable to convert, so it remains 1-0 United. Half-time at Villa Park, and Man United have the lead 1-0 at the break thanks to a goalkeeping howler from Villa keeper Martinez. It was a simple short free kick as Bruno Fernandes then dribbled forward and a shot from range, and it just went through the legs of the Villa keeper. Complete howler. It'll be one for the end of season montage, and it's a nice open game, a game of few chances though. Villa's best chance came through Bundia from a free header at a corner, but he was unable to convert, so it remains 1-0 United. Half-time at Villa Park, and Man United have the lead 1-0 at the break thanks to a goalkeeping howler from Villa keeper Martinez. It was a simple short free kick as Bruno Fernandes then dribbled forward and a shot from range, and it just went through the legs of the Villa keeper. Complete howler. It'll be one for the end of season montage, and it's a nice open game, a game of few chances though. Villa's best chance came through Bundia from a free header at a corner, but he was unable to convert, so it remains 1-0 United. Half-time at Villa Park, and Man United have the lead 1-0 at the break thanks to a goalkeeping howler from Villa keeper Martinez. It was a simple short free kick as Bruno Fernandes then dribbled forward and a shot from range, and it just went through the legs of the Villa keeper. Complete howler. It'll be one for the end of season montage, and it's a nice open game, a game of few chances though. Villa's best chance came through Bundia from a free header at a corner, but he was unable to convert, so it remains 1-0 United. Half-time at Villa Park, and Man United have the lead 1-0 at the break thanks to a goalkeeping howler from Villa keeper Martinez. It was a simple short free kick as Bruno Fernandes then dribbled forward and a shot from range, and it just went through the legs of the Villa keeper. Complete howler. It'll be one for the end of season montage, and it's a nice open game, a game of few chances though. Villa's best chance came through Bundia from a free header at a corner, but he was unable to convert, so it remains 1-0 United. Half-time at Villa Park, and Man United have the lead 1-0 at the break thanks to a goalkeeping howler from Villa keeper Martinez. It was a simple short free kick as Bruno Fernandes then dribbled forward and a shot from range, and it just went through the legs of the Villa keeper. Complete howler. It'll be one for the end of season montage, and it's a nice open game, a game of few chances though. Villa's best chance came through Bundia from a free header at a corner, but he was unable to convert, so it remains 1-0 United. Half-time at Villa Park, and Man United have the lead 1-0 at the break thanks to a goalkeeping howler from Villa keeper Martinez. It was a simple short free kick as Bruno Fernandes then dribbled forward and a shot from range, and it just went through the legs of the Villa keeper. Complete howler. It'll be one for the end of season montage, and it's a nice open game, a game of few chances though. Villa's best chance came through Bundia from a free header at a corner, but he was unable to convert, so it remains 1-0 United. Half-time at Villa Park, and Man United have the lead 1-0 at the break thanks to a goalkeeping howler from Villa keeper Martinez. It was a simple short free kick as Bruno Fernandes then dribbled forward and a shot from range, and it just went through the legs of the Villa keeper. Complete howler. It'll be one for the end of season montage, and it's a nice open game, a game of few chances though. Villa's best chance came through Bundia from a free header at a corner, but he was unable to convert, so it remains 1-0 United. Half-time at Villa Park, and Man United have the lead 1-0 at the break thanks to a goalkeeping howler from Villa keeper Martinez. It was a simple short free kick as Bruno Fernandes then dribbled forward and a shot from range, and it just went through the legs of the Villa keeper. Complete howler. It'll be one for the end of season montage, and it's a nice open game, a game of few chances though. Villa's best chance came through Bundia from a free header at a corner, but he was unable to convert, so it remains 1-0 United. Half-time at Villa Park and Man United have the lead 1-0 at the break thanks to a goalkeeping howler from Villa keeper Martinez. It was a simple short free kick as Bruno Fernandes then dribbled forward and a shot from range, and it just went through the legs of the Villa keeper. Complete howler. It'll be one for the end of season montage, and it's a nice open game, a game of few chances though. Villa's best chance came through Bundia from a free header at a corner, but he was unable to convert, so it remains 1-0 United. Half-time at Villa Park and Man United have the lead 1-0 at the break thanks to a goalkeeping howler from Villa keeper Martinez. It was a simple short free kick as Bruno Fernandes then dribbled forward and a shot from range, and it just went through the legs of the Villa keeper. Complete howler. It'll be one for the end of season montage, and it's a nice open game, a game of few chances though. Villa's best chance came through Bundia from a free header at a corner, but he was unable to convert, so it remains 1-0 United. Half-time at Villa Park and Man United have the lead 1-0 at the break thanks to a goalkeeping howler from Villa keeper Martinez. It was a simple short free kick as Bruno Fernandes then dribbled forward and a shot from range, and it just went through the legs of the Villa keeper. Complete howler. It'll be one for the end of season montage, and it's a nice open game, a game of few chances though. Villa's best chance came through Bundia from a free header at a corner, but he was unable to convert, so it remains 1-0 United. Half-time at Villa Park and Man United have the lead 1-0 at the break thanks to a goalkeeping howler from Villa keeper Martinez. It was a simple short free kick as Bruno Fernandes then dribbled forward and a shot from range, and it just went through the legs of the Villa keeper. Complete howler. It'll be one for the end of season montage, and it's a nice open game, a game of few chances though. Villa's best chance came through Bundia from a free header at a corner, but he was unable to convert, so it remains 1-0 United. Half-time at Villa Park and Man United have the lead 1-0 at the break thanks to a goalkeeping howler from Villa keeper Martinez. It was a simple short free kick as Bruno Fernandes then dribbled forward and a shot from range, and it just went through the legs of the Villa keeper. Complete howler. It'll be one for the end of season montage, and it's a nice open game, a game of few chances though. Villa's best chance came through Bundia from a free header at a corner, but he was unable to convert, so it remains 1-0 United. Half-time at Villa Park and Man United have the lead 1-0 at the break thanks to a goalkeeping howler from Villa keeper Martinez. It was a simple short free kick as Bruno Fernandes then dribbled forward and a shot from range, and it just went through the legs of the Villa keeper. Complete howler. It'll be one for the end of season montage, and it's a nice open game, a game of few chances though. Villa's best chance came through Bundia from a free header at a corner, but he was unable to convert, so it remains 1-0 United. Half-time at Villa Park and Man United have the lead 1-0 at the break thanks to a goalkeeping howler from Villa keeper Martinez. It was a simple short free kick as Bruno Fernandes then dribbled forward and a shot from range, and it just went through the legs of the Villa keeper. Complete howler. It'll be one for the end of season montage, and it's a nice open game, a game of few chances though. Villa's best chance came through Bundia from a free header at a corner, but he was unable to convert, so it remains 1-0 United. Half-time at Villa Park and Man United have the lead 1-0 at the break thanks to a goalkeeping howler from Villa keeper Martinez. It was a simple short free kick as Bruno Fernandes then dribbled forward and a shot from range, and it just went through the legs of the Villa keeper. Complete howler. It'll be one for the end of season montage, and it's a nice open game, a game of few chances though. Villa's best chance came through Bundia from a free header at a corner, but he was unable to convert, so it remains 1-0 United. Half-time at Villa Park and Man United have the lead 1-0 at the break thanks to a goalkeeping howler from Villa keeper Martinez. It was a simple short free kick as Bruno Fernandes then dribbled forward and a shot from range, and it just went through the legs of the Villa keeper. Complete howler. It'll be one for the end of season montage, and it's a nice open game, a game of few chances though. Villa's best chance came through Bundia from a free header at a corner, but he was unable to convert, so it remains 1-0 United. Half-time at Villa Park and Man United have the lead 1-0 at the break thanks to a goalkeeping howler from Villa keeper Martinez. It was a simple short free kick as Bruno Fernandes then dribbled forward and a shot from range, and it just went through the legs of the Villa keeper. Complete howler. It'll be one for the end of season montage, and it's a nice open game, a game of few chances though. Villa's best chance came through Bundia from a free header at a corner, but he was unable to convert, so it remains 1-0 United. Half-time at Villa Park, and Man United have the lead 1-0 at the break thanks to a goalkeeping howler from Villa keeper Martinez. It was a simple short free kick as Bruno Fernandes then dribbled forward and a shot from range, and it just went through the legs of the Villa keeper. Complete howler. It'll be one for the forward and a shot from range, and it just went through the legs of the Villa keeper. Complete howler. It'll be one for the end of season montage, and it's a nice open game, a game of few chances though. Villa's best chance came through Bundia from a free header at a corner, but he was unable to convert, so it remains 1-0 United. Half-time. We are moments away, and well, we're underway now, back again at Villa Park for the second half in tonight's this evening's Premier League action between Aston Villa and Manchester United at Villa Park, as you've been listening to at half. Time.
Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb.
Here's Alanga breaking into the box, shot on goal straight at Martinez, and the rebound falls to new man Courtney Hawes, who clears the lines. And there's Manchester United starting the brighter first chance in, and we're not even had 90 seconds, and they're looking to double their lead and just put Villa back in their place. As I mentioned, that Villa had a couple of good chances towards the end of a free header with from Bundia, and Lucadinha had a good bullet shot when it was running onto the late cross, and we just mentioned that Villa had a couple of good chances towards the end of a free header with from Bundia, and Lucadinha had a good bullet shot when it was running onto the late cross, and we just take us through this replay. Will?
Yeah, so it was a really well played by Cavani to find Alanga, and he gets the ball out of his feet quickly. The shot has got plenty of power, just not the required placement on it. Like you mentioned, it was straight at Emi Martinez, who reacted well to make the save and palm it into an area that was going to be easily cleared away by Courtney Hawes, but it was still a save that sort of had to be made.
Yeah, it was the counter-attack happened so quickly that the Manchester United midfield couldn't keep up, and Alanga obviously took the shot, and Cavani, you've got to be right place, right time really for rebounds, as it went past Cavani's. Villa is a bit scrappy in the midfield. Both teams struggle to keep hold of it. It's currently with Manchester United, and they've gone back to Varane, and Varane's just put his foot through it. So just one substitute to bring to you is Konsa, who had that injury we mentioned just before the break. He's been swapped out for Hawes, who if the ones with sharp ears would have mentioned him, we would have heard us mention him during that chance there. And Villa lose out again, but Tellez wins the ball back and then gives it away. Villa keep behind. It's all very scrappy. It's all very compact, isn't it, on that right-hand side? Not a lot of space, a lot of heavy touches and heavy passes, bouncing off each other. And Matic is brought down a Villa man, and a free kick given on that right-hand side.
Yes, once again, Villa doing their best to try and make their way forward. It was just a lazy tackle by Nemanja Matic catching Buendia there. So another opportunity to possibly make their way forward, but it looks like they've actually taken it quickly and short, and they'll just focus on holding on to possession.
Yeah, I guess they just want to get growing into the half again and just build up some possession. They're not desperately wanting to pump the ball into the box and then get caught in the counter-attack, because we know this Manchester United time, the past 3 or 4 or 5 years, they've been very much a counter-attacking team. Villa have it now with Watkins, a nice ball into the box looking for Ings, and Varane rises high and helps it clear. Matic completes the clearance, and then Cavani puts his boot for it, and Mings will hit the header, head it down that way on the left for Lucadinha to win. He plays a nice ball over the top for Watkins and follows his pass. Watkins, look at those luminous green boots, he gives it to Ramsey. Ramsey gets it past Fred, quick go Buendia. Can he find a shot? He can. It's a good save from David De Gea down on the right. That's the best chance of the game, best chance of the half. Good chance created by Ramsey. Quick give and go, nice movement.
Yeah, really lovely movement. Great 1-2 between Ramsey and Buendia. Ramsey managed to break into the area, got it out of his feet quickly, and it was the right shot as well, cutting back across towards the bottom right-hand corner, but a really solid save by De Gea to get down low. But Villa still on the attack.
They are on the right-hand side, and there's Lindelof intercepting a run from Matty Cash, and it goes out for a throw-in. And Villa looking to get back into it very quickly, give themselves the best opportunity of winning 3 points. First, they've got to get back level, and we're in the 50th minute, and still, like I say, 1-0 down. The first 5 minutes of this second half has gone quickly. Here's Watkins. He's been isolated, so he goes back to Ramsey. Now Buendia, the creative. Cash is standing with his arms wide open. Kings tries to go the long way around Bruno Fernandes, but it was too long, and the Portuguese launches a new counter-attack with Greenwood and Mings. Isolated, there's 3 Manchester United players in the middle. A quick play the ball through for Fred, and it's just over hitting Martinez. Just gets there in time, but I think that was the wrong ball from Guida. Just a ball right into that corridor inserted with multiple players in blue running onto it.
Yeah, that may have been the better option. I don't think the passing that was intended for Fred wasn't exactly the wrong or the bad option. Just the execution just wasn't there. He put it far too far in front of Fred, who was never going to get there in front of Martinez in time. And in the end, it's actually good defending as well by Mings to get. Actually, it was Courtney Hawes actually that got across Fred to make it really awkward for the Brazilian. But opportunity now for Villa.
Here's Digne, he's looking up into the box. He's got Watkins in there. He looks for Watkins, and Victor Lindelof just gets an important head on it, but it's fallen to Cash. Cash can find Buendia. He can back to goal. Simply offloads it back to Douglas Luiz to put a ball into the box, and it needed a touch there from Lindelof. And Ings was waiting. We know Ings is a proper number 9 poacher. He would have liked that, and Man United are able to clear. Fred's lost out the ball to Sonza. He looks his head up, looks for Ings, and now here's Watkins on the edge of the box. Just takes too long on it, does Ings, and Fernandes has gone down, and I think there's a bit of off the ball incidents. Watkins trying to pick up Fernandes, and Fernandes has pointed to his socks in his mark. I saw nothing in it, and we'll wait for a replay. I think Fernandes has made a meal out of that.
Yeah, I'm going to have to see a replay as well. I mean, I can somewhat understand Watkins' frustrations with the way Fernandes went down if there is no contact. We're seeing a replay here. He does just accidentally stand on the top of the foot, so I don't really think...
It doesn't hurt the way he went down. It wasn't studs, so Watkins tried to drag the ball back, so it was leather on leather, or whatever the boots are made out of these days. Yeah. So he didn't stamp on him. The way Fernandes went down, it sort of indicated that Watkins had stamped on his foot, and it's just stuff you don't like to see in the game. I think the fans are just bored of it now, and it's part of the time it's not even funny. But yeah, it's the curse of the modern game, and David De Gea just has that. He said, made a great save, good start to this second half. He got busier and busier as the first half went on, and stat here says he's made the most saves in this Premier League season with 71. And second is Fabianski and Jose Sa with a joint second 68. So that's I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing for Manchester United.
I mean, it's sort of both, really. I mean, you don't want your goalkeeper to have to make those many saves, but it's good to know that you've got that assurance at the back if you do require it. I mean, we've not really seen the best of David De Gea over the past few seasons, but it looks like he's recovering some form of form for the Red Devils at the moment. So there is going to be some form of assurance and confidence from United in that regard. But yeah, they want to try and limit as much sort of utilisation of David De Gea wherever possible.
He's been player of the season quite often as this Manchester United side hasn't been up there whilst in recent years. He's conceded 27 goals Manchester United have so far this season, so it's not in 20 games, so it's not great, but it's not the worst in the league, obviously. But it is it's joint worst with West Ham in the top 6 with 27, Tottenham 20, Wolves conceded 15, and it's only bettered by Man City with 13. But the game's back underway again with Tellez on that left-hand side, gives it to Elanga. In the second half possession looks like this. 3/4 of the ball has been looked after by Aston Villa. They've been the dominant side, and they've had their chance. That was Ramsey, quick give and go with Buendia on the edge of the box. It forced David De Gea into a fine save with his bottom right corner. Needed to be done, but other than that, nothing is written down in my notepad in terms of second half chances. As Villa have a free kick just inside Manchester United's half. We're in the 10th minute of the second half, and here's Ramsey, the man with the best chance for Villa since the restart. He goes back to Douglas Luiz, the sort of deep line playmaker from Brazil. Can he get their team going? He's just telling Hawes he wants him to hurry up and get the tempo going. I think that's the only way they're going to get through this Manchester United defence. As Dinier's managed to get past Dallo, he's now in the penalty area, pulls it to the edge of the box, shot on goal by Buendia, but it's straight. Dinier's managed to get past Dallo, he's now in the penalty area, pulls it to the edge of the box, shot on goal by Buendia, but it's straight at David.
Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck.
Why is it, he's gone to Digne, clearing the space he was in, but Digne could have easily put the ball back into the area. It was opened up for Buendia to possibly go for goal as well. The shot in the end just not doing enough to test the defence, and it's quite comfortably into the side netting.
Now, just a word on Luca Digne. First appearance for Villa at left back since joining from Everton. How do you think he's
Welcome to our audio commentary coverage. This audio commentary is not an official product of this competition.
Very dangerous. He's caused
Elanga will chase him back, and then Matic calmly collects.
He's looked okay, not exactly great, not exactly bad. I think from a debut perspective, Villa fans will be quite happy with what they've seen from him, especially going forward. You can see that he's going to be a bit of a danger man, and more importantly as well, his set-piece deliveries so far this game have been very decent.
Yeah, the other new sign obviously is Philip Coutinho, something that Gerrard knows well from his Liverpool days. As the ball's played into Danny Ings, but it's cut out by Victor Lindelof, and Manchester United clear their lines. We saw Coutinho was warming up at spells towards the end of the first half, and obviously at half-time as well. He's not, we said in the first half, 30 or 20 minutes, should Steven Gerrard choose to pick it, choose to bring him on, and we're approaching half-hour. But I don't think Gerrard will be happy with the way his side are performing. It doesn't need to change anything, but here's Greenwood cutting in from the right, shoots onto the left, and that's a forever go, always moving away from goal. And Greenwood, he has every now and then, he has the, like you said, Digne's been okay, but Greenwood every now and then has a chance, or he just a little bit of spark of something, doesn't he?
He does, and he's very much two-footed as well, Mason Greenwood, so he's got that danger in him, and he can cause a lot of issues for the opposite defence. And there he turned Digne inside out, got into space in the middle of the park in his effort, just drifting wide. Looks like actually took a slight deflection. A corner kick's been awarded, so still an opportunity here for United.
Oh, well, didn't really watch the replays too closely because I assumed it was just a simple decision, but referee sees something we haven't. Everybody's in the 6-yard box, and it is into the 6-yard box, and Watkins at the front post heads it clear, but it's headed back into the box and then cleared again, and it's pumped back in there, looking for Cavani, and Cash overhead clearance, and Villa has enough time on the edge of the box for Digne to bring it down very cool and calmly, but that's a poor pass to Elanga on the edge of the box. He's trying to go on his left foot to shoot on goal, and he does, and it's only just past the post. Lax in defending, lax in concentration from Villa there, and Elanga almost let them pay the price.
Yeah, Cash with a really sloppy clearance there. Not sure who he's trying to find. I think it was Jacob Ramsey. Elanga alert to the danger, got away from one, got away from two, and
to his Premier League career, and Mason Greenwood thought he was away down that right hand side, but the referees pulled it back for a foul on the halfway line. But Elanga, he has looked more influential and more dangerous than Marcus Rashford has of late. Will you agree with that or disagree?
Elanga's been better than
in this hour. Do you think he's done better than Marcus Rashford would have done, given his form of late?
Given his form, I'd say yes. I think he's looked very dangerous going forward.
Comes into the box now, through on goal, looking for the far corner, and it was a great play from Mason Greenwood. He did everything right, drags over the two defenders, and if anything, he held on for a little bit too long and really cut that angle down, but he found it got past Martinez, and it was only inches wide.
Yes, it was a lovely effort there by Mason Greenwood. Made his way into the area. Like you say, maybe just took slightly too long in getting the ball out of his feet. Just was running further and further into sort of no man's land, and made the angle of option really tighter and tighter. Gets it across Martinez, but it's always cutting away from goal. And in the end, it goes just wide of that right-hand post. But still, decent opportunity that for Red Devils.
It was. They've coming back into it now, so we've just gone past the hour mark as Watkins gets onto a ball that was a good ball from Bundia. He's got only Ings ahead of him, but it's a good switch play to Digne. Digne looks up, looks to the far post, and it's Lindelof gets there, and it almost fell to the Villa man at the back post. I think it was Sanso, or was it? But it doesn't matter now. Manchester United complete the clearance, almost gets it through to Mason Greenwood, who would have been through on goal, but Mings cut that out on the halfway line. It was important he did so. Now Ramsey into Bundia. Ramsey gives it back to him. He gets past one Manchester United player, and he brought down by the second, but fairly in the eyes of the referee. Now Fred goes a step over past his Brazilian compatriot Douglas Luiz, and Douglas Luiz just simply pulls him down once he get past him to stop that. But Ramsey, it was a good play from him, and here it is just on the edge of the box, and I think they've just run into each other, haven't they?
Yeah, I don't think there's enough in that for a free kick to be awarded. I think it's the right decision there by David Coote. It was fantastic dribbling by Jacob Ramsey to get through a really tight area. But he was just running out of room, really, to get a shot away on goal. And it was the correct decision from David Coote, and decent enough defending by Lindelof.
Yeah, it was a similar link-up play from the chance just after the restart, with Ramsey forcing De Gea into that save. Just Ramsey picking the ball and giving and going with Buendia. It's nice play between those two as Manchester United lose the ball on the left-hand side, but Cash gives it straight back to them. But they're deep in their own half now, with Victor Lindelof picking up the ball and bringing it to Dallow on the right-hand side. We're in the 63rd minute at Villa Park. It's Aston Villa 0, Manchester United 1. And we still yet to... Villa could quite easily still get back into it. They're still having good chances, but no clear-cut chances. I think it's on a chance front it'll be quite even without looking at the stats. But Villa still have it in the centre of the field, and it's got space now for Cash to run into. He looks up, he's only seen Danny Ings in the middle, so he comes back to Bundia. Now Ollie Watkins, there's a good ball for Cash to run into. Can he find Danny Ings? He can, but it's blocked immediately and then completely cleared. Villa are getting closer and closer.
They really are, and Ings does really well to make his way into a position where Cash can find him, but fantastic defending there by a mixture of Lindelof and Varane to really smother the attack and made things almost impossible really for Ings to get an effort on goal. And it was a really good play as well by Cash down the right-hand side, but Aston Villa knocking on the door, but at the moment no one's answering.
Yeah, Lindelof and Varane sort of sandwiched that chance from Ings in between him as Fernandes picks up the ball, looking to create something dangerous with Cavani. Quick give and go with the Uruguayan, gets the ball back and he's told to get up as bit of pain as he's in pain on the floor as Fernandes, but Villa are going to carry on anyway. And you know what? Don't have to kick the ball out if you don't want to. It's a ball over a through ball. It's very, I don't know what the thinking was there. It's over hit, and Watkins and Ings didn't look interested. They looked like they didn't want the ball. If they didn't need it, they weren't in the right position to receive the ball. As Fernandes is down holding his left knee. I think it's accidental from Luis. It's just a tray. He's stood on the back of Fernandes' left knee, but it's accidental. It wasn't a purpose stamp, was it? No,
not at all. He's trying to hurdle Bruno Fernandes and just lands on top of him. It's going to be incredibly sore for Fernandes, definitely, with the studs going into the back of the thigh / just above the knee. But yeah, there's no malice there, so I don't think there should have been any further punishment for Douglas Luiz.
No, well, the referee said play on, and Fernandes is up on his feet as Coutinho is just taking off his tracky bottoms, and you can see his shirt. Coutinho, what is he, number 14?
It's actually a 23, but
yeah, on the team sheet it's 14.
Yeah.
So, well, as long as he's on the pitch, it doesn't really matter. There's a conference of the Villa coaches, and I'll be wondering who will be coming off for. It'll be a difficult one because all Villa players have played well. Bundia, Watkins, and Ings. I can't imagine he'll take off. Well, I imagine it could be either Watkins or Ings just have the one out-and-out figurehead of the attack. So I'll be interested to see who he goes with. Bundia's played well, drifting on the wings and in that number 10 role, but as Cavani tries a nice little flick, he doesn't get good contact with it, and Villa are able to pick it up and bring it to the left-hand side with Dini, and Greenwood's playing a press, and there's caught Villa out here as Fred's going to pick him on a loose ball, plays it through Fernandes, shoots on goal, hit the underside of the crossbar, and it's in the back of the net. 2-0, and they've capitalised on Villa just not fully at it defensively. A few soft passes, and they're on it in a flash.
Yes, it's a fantastic finish by Bruno Fernandes, and it's come from a error by Morgan Sanson on the right-hand side on the stretch, trying to give it back towards Tyrone Mings. Not enough on the pass, and it's cut out by Fred, who sets off Fernandes. Couple of touches to get out of his feet, and it's a wonderful finish by the Portuguese midfielder. We're getting a replay of the chance now. He's under pressure, in fairness, from Dalot, but Fred does well to read the pass, and Fernandes one touch to set himself, and it's cannoned off the underside of the bar into the back of the net. This one is no chance for Martinez to make the save there. Brilliant finish, and that second goal might just be enough to put this game out of Aston Villa's reach, particularly for a win. Maybe they can still get something for a draw, but they need to get a goal back almost instantaneously, really.
Yeah, they do. They need to get themselves back into it rather quickly, and wonder if this man will do it for them. Brazilian Philippe Coutinho is ready to make his Aston Villa debut on loan from Barcelona, and he is coming on for Sanson. So still, maybe that's quickly changed with the second goal. They're going to have to, with 4 attacking players on the pitch now, and 1 defensive midfielder out the way.
Yeah, so some more attacking flair with Felipe Coutinho. Plenty of fans applauding. I think he got a bit of a standing ovation, really. Felipe Coutinho, plenty of Villa fans will be happy to see they've got a player of his quality into their side. Obviously, he's lacking a bit of match fitness. We'll have to just wait and see what sort of impact he can have.
Yes, maybe he'd obviously like to make an immediate impact, but there's a lot of hope and a lot of pressure and a lot of expectation on the Brazilian shoulders because of what he did with Liverpool in the Premier League before that £100 million plus move to Spanish giants Barcelona. For some reason it didn't work out, and he's on the ball now, and then Fred's got over there quickly to win the ball back for his side, and Asar Vilanga Cavani, nice flick it back to the Swedish winger, but Villa win it back quickly. Douglas Luiz, a bit of an underhit pass to Ramsey. He would have wanted that quicker, but he still managed to keep hold of it. It's very tight and not enough space on that right-hand side, so Villa will have to come away from there. They do. Quickly back to the halfway line now with Courtney Hawes, and here is Coutinho. Come deep to get the ball, and his first pass again is taking a ricochet, so he's room for improvement. It's not. He's been quickly bundled off the ball, and his first pass is not found his intended target. So we're halfway through the second half now. It's Aston Villa 0, Manchester United 2, thanks to 2 goals from Bruno Fernandes, and it will be Will Maxwell to take you through till full time.
Thank you very much, Max, as we just see a replay of Morgan Sanson reacting by hammering a bottle out into the stands, really, and hitting other ones on the bench. I'm not sure if he's happy that he's been brought off or for his involvement in the second goal. He hasn't had the greatest of times since his move from Marseille last January, as Greenwood makes his way forward into the area, trying to get away from Mings. Opportunity, Greenwood really well defended by Mings, just easing the young Englishman off of the ball and eventually coming away with it to make the clearance towards Digne. Luiz will go back towards his goalkeeper under pressure by the double goal scorer Bruno Fernandes, as Courtney Hawes now be the man that brings this ball away from danger. Cash towards Ings, turning away from Matic, has support in the likes of Buendia and in Coutinho. It's the latter that picks up possession. Now the Brazilian will make his way forward. Coutinho towards Buendia, trying to lift it over towards left-hand side. It's yet another one of those passes from Buendia that is overhit and misplaced. Goes out of play for a throw-in, and there's just been far too many of them from the Argentine.
Yeah, that's the second or third one today where it sort of ruined the move, and they really need to stop the silly mistakes now. They're 2-0 down with 20 minutes to go. They could have, I could see them scoring one eventually, but it would have been late on because they were slowly making progress. But scoring 2 goals down in 20 minutes, unless Man United implode, I don't think Villa will get anything from this game.
Here is Mings going towards Martinez. Now with Luiz to bring this ball forward. Under pressure from Cavani, but he'll spread it wide for Buendia on this left-hand side. Buendia gets away from Fred and then sees space on the far side for Cash. Cash has to drop deep to keep the ball in play. Under pressure from Elanga, but we'll go back again towards Courtney Hawes. Now with Mings once more. He will slowly inch his way forward and find his centre-back partner in Courtney Hawes once again. Cash away from Elanga for finding Hawes. His long ball over the top, intending for Digne. Another wonderful pass there by Courtney Hawes. Digne turning into traffic. Dalot makes the tackle. He'll go out and play for a corner kick. Another opportunity here for Aston Villa.
Yeah, they've got to score. It'll be better to score sooner rather than later. And Philip Coutinho will come over to take this on the left-hand side, right-footed. It'll be an in-swinger, and he'll want to get the first one out. He won't want to hit the first man now. And yep, it's the first man. As soon as I said he's going to hit the first man here, and he does. So it's not a great first opening few minutes for Coutinho. There's definitely room for improvement.
Yes, definitely. I mean, he is lacking match fitness and match sharpness. His last game was on the 14th of December in a friendly against Boca Juniors for Barcelona. He only played just under an hour in that game. His last league fixture was 2 days before that, when he got 10 minutes run out away from home against Osasuna. So he still hasn't had the greatest deal of game time. I think his last start was at the beginning of December. So he's still struggling to stay out a full 90 minutes. So it will come with time, I'm sure, with Coutinho. But he'll have to find his way back into matching with the pace and intensity of Premier League football, as Luiz looks to float it towards the back post, which Cash brings the ball down, holds off Elanga. Turns away from the Swede, then is pressurised well by Cavani. Cash gets a cross in. Ings will bring it into his stride. Almost fell kindly to Coutinho. Then does again, and then it came back to De Gea with a bit of fizz, who did well to make the clearance. The cross in. Well, aiming towards Watkins. I'm not sure how much of a touch Ollie Watkins actually got on the end of that. In the end, it will go out of play for a goal kick, but it was a real pinball stuff in the area.
Yeah, Ings does really well to get that ball, because it was a few yards behind him. It was a Man United player who had that, well, it turned out to be it was obviously a pass, but it would look like a shot on his own goal. And De Gea was wise to it to get the block and it, good reactions, and then the ball back in. He just The Villa man just couldn't get enough on a header, but that would have been embarrassing for Matic, striking the ball past his own goal, and the gift that Villa really needed.
Yes, very much so. I mean, they've got goals across their lineup today, Aston Villa. In total, the players that are currently on the field, looking at 7 players that have all found the back of the net this season so far. So players on the field can get them back into it, but whether or not they've got the time and the persistence to find their way back into this game, we'll have to wait and see. As Hawes picks up possession, it's another long ball intending for Watkins, but this one is overhit, and that will go calmly into the arms of the Manchester United goalkeeper, De Gea. And he'll take his time in releasing this, I am sure. And he'll roll the ball out for Varane on the left-hand side. Here is Alex Telles. Alanga towards Matic, he's tackled, and now Watkins can bring this ball forward. Opportunity here for Aston Villa. Watkins gets away from Telles, but he'll be watched by Matic. Alanga also drops back as well. Watkins holds on to possession, is then tackled by the Swede. He does really well to keep the ball in play. Not the greatest play there by Watkins, and the pass by Fernandes is poor, and Hawes will spread it wide for Ings. Here's Buendia, under pressure from Fred. Gets away from the Brazilian well again. I think Fred has had a decent performance today in the centre of midfield. The Brazilian. The ball makes its way towards Cash, plays a 1-2. Lovely football there by Aston Villa. Cash breaking down the right-hand side, has support, gets a cross in. Turning for Watkins, who couldn't quite get his header on his head in position to get it on target. And in the end, his efforts actually gone out of play via the corner pole, and Luca Digne out for a throw-in.
Yeah, I think he saw it late, did Ollie Watkins. It was a Manchester United man. It was Varane who tried to get a head on it, diving across in front of him. So maybe he was just unsighted for a moment. He didn't get good contact on it, like you said. It went out via the corner flag, and that brings another Villa change.
Yes, it's Carney Chukwuemeka who's coming on for Danny Ings. He's a midfielder by trade, the academy product. But I would imagine, therefore, that means Watkins is going to go into the forward position on his own, with maybe Buendia, Coutinho and Ramsey offering support just behind. It looks like Sancho is also going to come on here for Manchester United.
I reckon that will be for Alanga. I reckon the young lad making his first Premier League start.
And he's had a very decent performance as well today. That's Alanga, as Ramsey's just about finds Chukwuemeka, gets away from Matic, then tackled by Lindelof. The clearance goes as far as Courtney Hawes. Every Villa player, bar Martinez, is inside the United half. Great dribbling there by Tyrone Mings to find Coutinho, who then finds Chukwuemeka back towards Coutinho inside the area. It falls to Jacob Ramsey. Yes. It's into the back of the net, the top left-hand corner. Aston Villa do get a goal back in this game. Aston Villa 1, Manchester United 2. Fantastic finish there by the youngster.
Ramsey, yeah, he's done that. He's come into the box a few times now. Quick giving goes with Buendia, having shots on goal, forcing De Gea into some good saves, but finally he gets past him. And it's a good move. Tyrone Mings, really the archetype of it, gets past Fred very easily, offloads it to Coutinho. Coutinho just shows a little pass, quick give and go with Chukwuemeka, and there is Ramsey. He's found the space in the box. Bruno Fernandes lets him go. That's shameful from Bruno. Yeah, Bruno's just stood there watching Ramsey free in the box. He picks up the ball and he takes one to control it. Quick look up at the goal and then bang past De Gea. And I think Bruno will be getting some hot water for that.
Yeah, very likely. It's his third goal of the season for Jacob Ramsey. And still with around 30 minutes remaining of this game, you wouldn't bet against Villa getting another goal back in. There's still time as Digne knocks the ball down for Douglas Luiz. How will United react to that goal? We'll have to do a little bit of defending as Buendia turns away from Nemanja Matic. Alanga is now off the field and has been replaced by Jadon Sancho. He can confirm. Matic has actually tackled back and has found Greenwood on the right-hand side. Looks to spread it towards Jadon Sancho for his first touch of the game, and he's tackled by Matty Cash. Watkins tackles back on Varane, then almost loses out, just about finds Ramsey. Lovely dribbling again by Jacob Ramsey, then he's tackled by Fernandes. Fred down the line, his pass blocked well by Ramsey, out of play for a throw-in for Manchester United. Alanga as we're just seeing photos of. He's had a fantastic performance today, although looks like he's having some physio treatment, so he might be a tad injured.
Yeah, it might be a little niggle. We didn't notice anything when he was
No.
out on the pitch, so it's obviously just maybe it's just when the physio's touching something or tightening up. I don't know what the physio's doing. We couldn't see, but yeah, a little bit of wincing, but he looked fine when he was out on the pitch. But yeah, bringing on Sancho, it's just Sancho's got some work to do. I mean, he's been beaten to it by the academy product, and yeah, Sancho has got to get his head down and do something in this game, because if he gets the third goal, surely is the winner. But now it's a question of Man United's character. Well, can they be stern and defend well and potentially get a third?
Well, Fernandez has put a cross into the area that's been well blocked by Douglas Luiz and spoons up into the air and is easily gathered by Martinez. Have around well, just over 10 minutes of the mandatory 90 to go before we have any added on time for stoppages, as Mings spreads it towards Courtney Hawes, and well, Aston Villa will just bring this ball forward once again. Hawes with a 1-2 with Cash before spreading it towards his centre-back partner in Tyrone Mings. Under pressure from Fred, then goes towards the left-hand side in Chukwuemeka, who's dropped deep to get himself involved. Now with Hawes once again. Looking for support, held up by Fernandez, but finds Cash down the right-hand side, who gets away from Sancho. It's I don't know what it is from Matty Cash, to be perfectly honest. If it was a just early cross or he thought he saw De Gea off his line. Either way, it's awful.
Yeah, it wasn't, even if it was an attempt on goal, it was awful, because it was right into the stand. He very much just went, right, I'm putting my foot through this and see. And yeah, he didn't really think about where the ball should be landing. It was very much in the whole end.
Yeah, not the greatest play there by Matty Cash, as Varane twists and turns to get away from Ollie Watkins. Eventually releases the ball, intending for Cavani. It's over the Uruguayan though, and be picked up again by Mings this time for Aston Villa. Under no real pressure by a United player, so we'll spread it towards Hawes to his right-hand side. Courtney Hawes now bringing this ball forward for Aston Villa. Here is Mings once again. Mings will find Chukwuemeka away from Greenwood, under pressure from Fred once more, and he'll spread it wide towards the right-hand side in Courtney Hawes. And Louise will bring this ball forward for Aston Villa. They need to get the ball into a more attacking area. They're just playing it around the back, but they might have an opportunity here with Buendia, who has the overlap in Digne. Instead goes towards Ramsey, who gets away from one, gets a dangerous cross in. Surely it's going to be put in the back of the net, and it has. And it's that man, Felipe Coutinho, who gets the perfect debut goal for his new side, Aston Villa. It was a simple tap in for him, but that's going to do him the world of good confidence-wise. It has put Aston Villa in the fans and in Upton Park, or not Upton Park, sorry, in Villa Park, I should say, in raptures. And Aston Villa, well, they've played fantastically well in the second half. They've got the equaliser, and how big of a goal that is for Felipe Coutinho.
Yeah, it's amazing that it went all the way, it found its way to him. He was very much unmarked. He was just drifting in there behind Varane. He took a bit of a battering as well with the post, but it's great work from Ollie Watkins, bringing it to Buendia. And another great ball for Ramsey, right into that corridor of uncertainty. And Victor Lindelof, this Man United, they don't follow their men, do they? He's just drifted away from whoever was supposed to be marking him there, and it's just a simple tapping in within 77-82. Within 5 minutes, they're back in the game, and could they get 3 points from this?
Well, there's every chance they could easily do, and Steven Gerrard has clearly seen there's something in there for them, so he's trying to get his players back into a position to go once again, but they've recovered fantastically well, Aston Villa, from being 2 goals down, and now at 2-2, who knows where this game could go. As it currently stands, Manchester United would remain in 7th on 32 points, behind Tottenham in 6th by a point, and 3 points behind Arsenal in 5th. On 35 points. Aston Villa, a point would bring them above Brentford on goal difference, would move them up into 13th position. But with the way the game's going, you really struggled to bet against either side with what we've seen going forward. Both sides have got the capabilities to get that all-important third goal to win this one. But suddenly Villa fans all in full voice now to try and get behind their side.
Yeah, I mentioned earlier about it's a lot of pressure to put on him as someone who's had so little football. He's not match sharpness, and he comes in, he's from Barcelona. That's enough pressure. We saw what you could do with Liverpool, and that's a lot of pressure as well. Coming on when you're 2-0 down with all that hope and expectation pinned on you, and he didn't start too well. He had a corner, didn't get past the first man. It was one of the worst corners I've ever seen. But he's risen to the occasion. He's come in instant hero, scoring at the whole end as well as Buendia. Looks like he's been saying that he's got stamped on by Fred, but Fred just quickly runs away as he's holding his shoulder. So we'll wait and see a replay of this. And Buendia's down, and I need another one.
Yeah, I'm really not sure exactly what happened there. It might have.
It's the landing. It's the landing. He's jolted. He's landed on his elbow and he's jolted up on the shoulder, and he looks to be okay now. At first, I thought he was insinuating that Fred stamped on it. Fred stamped on him, but yeah, it was just a jarring. But he looks like he's okay.
Yeah, he jarred the shoulder. Not sure if he had to pop it back into place or anything, but he is okay to continue as the long ball intending towards Dino is overhit and gone out of play for a throw-in for Manchester United midway inside their own half with Diogo Dalot to take. Not much in the way of support ahead of him, but he does see Fernandes. Fernandes brings the ball down, pokes it towards Cavani, back towards Dalot. Dalot lifting it over the top, intending for Fred, headed away by Mings. Fernandes' flick on only goes far as Dalot, then Fernandes volleys it away. Cavani down towards Fred, that's better from United. Fernandes now with the outside the boot pass, trying to find Jadon Sancho, who'll do well to keep the ball in play under pressure from Matty Cash. Puts it through his legs, wonderful play there by Jadon Sancho, and he'll aim towards Fernandes, but it's important interception by Luiz. And then Buendia is the man that picks the ball up for Aston Villa towards Lucadinho. Under pressure this time by Greenwood. He'll take no chances and goes back towards Emi Martinez, who will float that ball long away from danger. Once again, taking no chances. But both sides putting on pressure at various moments. 5 minutes to go. Where do you think it's going to end up?
Yeah, I just see Steven Gerrard. He's trying to coax his team out. They don't want him to sit back and invite pressure on. I think it's going to stay as 2-2. I think both teams will have one clear-cut chance, but saying that, Villa have created more chances this second half. I can't remember the last time United had a clear-cut chance since Bruno Fernandes' goal, but you always say there's one more chance in it, and there's enough time for one more clear-cut chance each. But I think it'll be 2-2, but I think Villa will finish the game stronger.
And that's what they're trying to do here with the poor clearance by Lindelof falling to Felipe Coutinho, who looks to bring this ball forward, the Brazilian magician. Coutinho finding Watkins on the left-hand side. Here's Chukwuemeka trying to thread it towards Buendia, easily intercepted by Alex Telles, goes as far as Matty Cash, and he in turn will go back towards Courtney Hawes on the halfway line. Now Aston Villa looks to bring this ball forward with Mings. Lovely through ball by him to find Buendia, who might show up to go for goal. Aim for a cute chip over Alex Telles, but it's a vital headed clearance there by the United fullback, and then Matic will find Fred, and maybe there's an opportunity here for United. Fred has been caught by Chukwuemeka. No, says the referee, David Coote. We're going to continue with Aston Villa possession, and it's Tyrone Mings bringing the ball forward. Buendia.
It was important Chukwuemeka didn't give away a free kick there, because that would have really dragged Man United out and they would have wasted the time out of this thing. They're on the rope. They're not on the... Is it too bold to say they're on the ropes? But they're giving away all the momentums with Villa. All the possession this half has been with Villa. Like I said, I think it will finish 2-2, but you wouldn't say no to Villa scoring again, or at least having another great clear-cut opportunity. And this could be it with Lucadinho looking into the box. He's pulled it back to Ramsey, now Buendia, and then Coutinho. Ramsey got in the way of the Brazilian.
Yeah, so there's lack of communication there. Coutinho and Ramsey apologised to each other. Coutinho did well to get any form of shot away from that sort of angle, but couldn't generate the power required. And it was in the end. It was
Ramsey was in the way.
Ramsey was in the way, yeah, and it goes straight down the throat of De Gea. It was sort of a perfect position, really, for Coutinho. We've seen plenty of times where he has scored from that position before. Just didn't fall from this time as Lucadinho is down with a bit of cramp. Hasn't had the greatest deal of football after being outed from the first team lineup for Everton after a clash of opinions with manager Rafa Benitez.
Yeah, he hasn't played since the 1st of December, and he's done a lot of running up and down that left wing. He's obviously also, as we already know, he's an attacking fullback anyway, and then he's got to go back and quickly mark Mason Greenwood, who he's not slow as Mason Greenwood, so he's had a lot of running to do. As Martinez, it's just seen he's jumped into the crowd from that Coutinho equaliser, and I don't think he's been booked, so I don't know if the referee is known about that, so he might get pulled into get an FA fine after the game.
I mean, it's surely just down to relief more than anything from Martinez off that first goal that it has been brought back 2-2.
As we know, he's a very emotional man, and he'll pin all the responsibility if Villa were to come away with nothing on himself. So yeah, you're right. That is just sheer relief.
Yes, it is a lot of relief, and it looks like we're seeing a couple more changes for Manchester United. Bruno Fernandes, the double goal scorer, is coming off, as is Mason Greenwood, and we're going to see Donny van der Beek come on for Manchester United, and also Jesse Lingard coming on to the field of play as well. So 2 players that can also do a bit going forward for United, but only with around a minute and a half of the mandatory time remaining. So we'll have to wait and see what sort of impact they will have. Jesse Lingard has also been linked with multiple moves away over the course of this January transfer window, so maybe him playing is just Rangnick doing his best to convince him to stay for a bit further, as Van der Beek gets away from Buendia, then loses out. It looks like it's going to be a free kick actually for Aston Villa, as Chukwuemeka was down on the deck after a collision with Fred.
No, I think it was a head injury that the referee thought. Referee was quite happy to let play on, so it'll be interesting to see who gets the ball now. I know Villa will have it. Douglas Luiz and Hawes and Mings just telling him to wait so they can get forward. They're going for it. Villa. Martinez has come up from his goal to take it on the halfway.
Some of asking the clearance made by Dallo. Will it fall to any man in United blue? It gets cleared away by Douglas Luiz, and now Hawes will find Coutinho, who gets away from Fred. Good dribbling there by the Brazilian.
Back. He's going into that number 9 spot. He's going to try to be the one. He's trying to give me the ball, and I'll try and flick you something good off it. But now he's realised I need to get back in position. But on that Man United couldn't get it clear because Villa knew they were desperate. Their 2 centre-backs were up the pitch, and they were just getting heads and feet in the way, just stalling that Manchester United counter-attack. So they're putting their bodies on the line and dying for this 1 point when they looked like they weren't going to get anything not more than 15 minutes ago. 4 minutes of added time, and we're already 30 seconds in.
Yes, as Matic comes in through the back of Buendia, that's going to be a free kick for Aston Villa. Another opportunity to get the ball into the area. Played around 45 seconds of the added time. Still 3 minutes to go. So we just see a replay of that foul. Yeah, it's just the arm going into the side of the head of Buendia from Matic more than anything for why the foul is awarded. So opportunity now still for Villa, although Buendia is still down on the deck. I think Douglas Luiz is just going to tell him to try and get up.
We're on top here, mate. Don't want to waste any more time, but now the referee is calling in for the physios to come give the man some treatment.
Yes, and we're going to, hoping he's going to be okay to continue. Well, Villa don't have another change that they can make, although, of course, if it is a concussion issue, they can make a concussion substitute if required. So I'm assuming we're going to have a fair few more minutes added on at the end of this one. We're just seeing confirmation of the man of the match today. He's been awarded to Aston Villa's Jacob Ramsey. Any complaints with that decision?
No, he got the first goal. He could have had a couple of goals earlier on in the game as well, but he has played well. A good midfield link-up players. He's quick give and goes with Buendia as well, so I don't think you can complain about that at all.
Nothing as of yet. Still waiting for confirmation with Buendia. So hopefully he is going to be okay to continue, but still receiving some form of treatment. Buendia, thankfully, is now back on to his feet. He's still receiving some treatment, but he seems to be a little bit winded.
Yeah, he's looking very dazed, isn't he? He's looking like it might have to come to that concussion sub. He'll want to play on because he's playing really well, but I don't look at looking at him. He's struggling to stand up by himself. He's blinking like really heavily, and yeah, this concussion sub is going to take place with Ashley Young getting stripped and ready.
Yeah, Ashley Young is the man who's going to play probably no more than 2 minutes. I'm assuming it's going to be at least a minute added on top of this added time.
Yeah, I think it'll be another. We'll be playing to at least 96. Yeah, Buendia, he shouldn't be going back on. He's looking like he wants to go back on, but the physio should take over and say, mate, we've had to just not carry you off, but like hold his hands and walk him off the pitch. So he should not be coming back onto the pitch.
Louise with a cross in, intending for Courtney Hawes, but it's well dealt with by Lindelof, and it will actually fall kindly into the arms of David De Gea. They're going to do their best to try and start to counter-attack. Buendia is back on to the field of play. Maybe he will just try and run things out with just a few moments to go, but Ramsey picks up possession after the poor pass by Cavani. Ramsey then can't find Watkins, intercepted by Dallo, and Van der Beek will now bring this ball forward for United. Will he just try and run down the clock? He runs into traffic in Luca Digne. Digne is then tackled by Van der Beek. A bit dangerous play there by the Frenchman. Hawes then will find Cash, and Cash will bring this away for Aston Villa. We've played the 4 minutes of added time. It's now in injury time upon the added time, as Fred gets away from Buendia. And now maybe an option going down the left-hand side for Sancho, who runs into traffic with Buendia. Important tackle there by the Argentine, and then Cash will just make the clearance away. Watkins, surely he's offside there. He is going to be offside, and then that is going to be that for the attacking point of view. And with 30 seconds gone of, 30 seconds over, I should say, the 90, I don't think there's going to be a great deal more attacking chances created by either side. And with United in possession, it looks like they're in no rush to try and get any form of attack. They're just going to try and hold on to possession.
No, which is a weird one considering they were 2-0 up. You would have thought that being 2-0 up and get it back to 2-2, you want to get back to 3-2, because it's definitely 2 points dropped from a Manchester United point of view. And they haven't really kicked into an extra gear since Coutinho scored that equaliser. They've been very laissez-faire, relaxed, and they've just gone through the emotions. And Martinez hasn't been put under any pressure whatsoever since the equaliser, which is strange considering a team you think would want to get the 3 points after being so close to winning them.
Yes, it was that, but they also almost had an opportunity there to win it there, as Sancho found Donny van der Beek. He turned in the area, his shot blocked by Courtney Hawes, who pokes the ball out for a corner kick right at the death here. I don't think they'll throw De Gea forward, but they've got plenty of players in the area to aim for. Alex Telles is going to be the man that takes this corner kick. A decent delivery is required. Lingard, Cavani, Varane, Fred, Matic, all in the area. Cross in, headed away by Hawes, picked up by Sancho. Lays it off for Diogo Dallo, who floats it into the area, easily gathered by Martinez, who's not going to have time to release it forward. That is going to be that for this game at Villa Park. The final score, Aston Villa 2, Manchester United 2. And we'll see you in the next one. Continue, but still receiving some form of treatment. Buendia, thankfully, is now back on to his feet. He's still receiving some treatment, but he seems to be a little bit winded.
Yeah, he's looking very dazed, isn't he? He's looking like it might have to come to that concussion sub. He'll want to play on because he's playing really well, but I don't look at him. He's struggling to stand up by himself. He's blinking like really heavily, and yeah, this concussion sub is going to take place with Ashley Young getting stripped and ready.
Yeah, Ashley Young is the man who's going to play probably no more than 2 minutes. I'm assuming it's going to be at least a minute added on top of this added time.
Yeah, I think it'll be another. We'll be playing to at least 96. Yeah, Buendia, he shouldn't be going back on. He's looking like he wants to go back on, but the physio should take over and say, mate, we've had to just not carry you off, but like hold his hands and walk him off the pitch, so he should not be coming back onto the pitch.
Louise with a cross in, intending for Courtney Hawes, but it's well dealt with by Lindelof, and it will actually fall kindly into the arms of David De Gea. They're going to do their best to try and start to counter-attack. Buendia is back on to the field of play. Maybe he will just try and run things out with just a few moments to go, but Ramsey picks up possession off the poor pass by Cavani. Ramsey then can't find Watkins, intercepted by Dallo, and Van der Beek will now bring this ball forward for United. Will he just try and run down the clock? He runs into traffic in Luca Digne. Digne is then tackled by Van der Beek. A bit dangerous play there by the Frenchman. Hawes then will find Cash, and Cash will bring this away for Aston Villa. We've played the 4 minutes of added time. It's now in injury time upon the added time, as Fred gets away from Buendia. And now maybe an option going down the left-hand side for Sancho, who runs into traffic with Buendia. Important tackle there by the Argentine, and then Cash will just make the clearance away. Watkins, surely he's offside there. He is going to be offside, and then that is going to be that for the attacking point of view. And with 30 seconds gone of, 30 seconds over, I should say, the 90, I don't think there's going to be a great deal more attacking chances created by either side. And with United in possession, it looks like they're in no rush to try and get any form of attack. They're just going to try and hold on to possession.
No, which is a weird one, considering they were 2-0 up. You would have thought that being 2-0 up and get it back to 2-2, you want to get back to 3-2, because it's definitely 2 points dropped from a Manchester United point of view. And they haven't really kicked into an extra gear since Coutinho scored that equaliser. They've been very laissez-faire, relaxed, and they've just gone through the motions. And Martinez hasn't been put under any pressure whatsoever since the equaliser, which is strange considering a team you think would want to get the 3 points after being so close to winning them.
Yes, it was that, but they also almost had an opportunity there to win it there, as Sancho found Donny van der Beek, who turned in the area. His shot blocked by Courtney Hawes, who pokes the ball out for a corner kick right at the death here. I don't think they'll throw De Gea forward, but they've got plenty of players in the area to aim for. Alex Telles is going to be the man that takes this corner kick. A decent delivery is required. Lingard, Cavani, Varane, Fred, Matic, all in the area. Cross in, headed away by Hawes, picked up by Sancho. Lays it off for Diogo Dallo, who floats it into the area, easily gathered by Martinez, who's not going to have time to release it forward. That is going to be that for this game at Villa Park. The final score, Aston Villa 2, Manchester United 2. And we'll see you in the next one. He is going to be okay to continue, but still receiving some form of treatment. Buendia, thankfully, is now back on to his feet. He's still receiving some treatment, but he seems to be a little bit winded.
Yeah, he's looking very dazed, isn't he? He's looking like it might have to come to that concussion sub. He'll want to play on because he's playing really well, but I don't looking at him. He's struggling to stand up by himself. He's blinking like really heavily, and yeah, this concussion sub is going to take place with Ashley Young getting stripped and ready.
Yeah, Ashley Young is the man who's going to play probably no more than 2 minutes. I'm assuming it's going to be at least a minute added on top of this added time.
Yeah, I think he'll be we'll be playing to at least 96. Yeah, Buendia, he shouldn't be going back on. He's looking like he wants to go back on, but the physio should take over and say, mate, we've had to just not carry you off, but like hold his hands and walk him off the pitch, so he should not be coming back onto the pitch.
Louise with a cross in, intending for Courtney Hawes, but it's well dealt with by Lindelof, and it will actually fall kindly into the arms of David De Gea. They're going to do their best to try and start to counter-attack. Buendia is back on to the field of play. Maybe he will just try and run things out with just a few moments to go, but Ramsey picks up possession off the poor pass by Cavani. Ramsey then can't find Watkins, intercepted by Dallo, and Van der Beek will now bring this ball forward for United. Will he just try and run down the clock? He runs into traffic in Luca Digne. Digne is then tackled by Van der Beek. A bit dangerous play there by the Frenchman. Hawes then will find Cash, and Cash will bring this away for Aston Villa. We've played the 4 minutes of added time. It's now in injury time upon the added time, as Fred gets away from Buendia. And now maybe an option going down the left-hand side for Sancho, who runs into traffic with Buendia. Important tackle there by the Argentine, and then Cash will just make the clearance away. Watkins, surely he's offside there. He is going to be offside, and then that is going to be that for the attacking point of view. And with 30 seconds gone of, 30 seconds over, I should say, the 90. I don't think there's going to be a great deal more attacking chances created by either side. And with United in possession, it looks like they're in no rush to try and get any form of attack. They're just going to try and hold on to possession.
No, which is a weird one considering they were 2-0 up. You would have thought that being 2-0 up and get it back to 2-2, you want to get back to 3-2 because it's definitely 2 points dropped from a Manchester United point of view. And they haven't really kicked into an extra gear since Coutinho scored that equaliser. They've been very laissez-faire, relaxed, and they've just gone through the emotions, and Martinez hasn't been put under any pressure whatsoever since the equaliser, which is strange considering a team you think would want to get the 3 points after being so close to winning them.
Yes, it was that, but they also almost had an opportunity there to win it there as Sancho found Donny van der Beek, who turned in the area. His shot blocked by Courtney Hawes, who pokes the ball out for a corner kick right at the death here. I don't think they'll throw De Gea forward, but they've got plenty of players in the area to aim for. Alex Telles is going to be the man that takes this corner kick. A decent delivery is required. Lingard, Cavani, Varane, Fred, Matic, all in the area. Cross in, headed away by Hawes. Picked up by Sancho. Lays it off for Diogo Dalot, who floats it into the area. Easily gathered by Martinez, who's not going to have time to release it forward. That is going to be that for this game at Villa Park. The final score, Aston Villa 2, Manchester United 2. And we'll see you in the next one. He is going to be okay to continue, but still receiving some form of treatment. Buendia, thankfully, is now back on to his feet. He's still receiving some treatment, but he seems to be a little bit winded.
Yeah, he's looking very dazed, isn't he? He's looking like it might have to come to that concussion sub. He'll want to play on because he's playing really well, but I don't just looking at him. He's struggling to stand up by himself. He's blinking like really heavily, and yeah, this concussion sub is going to take place with Ashley Young getting stripped and ready. Yeah,
Ashley Young is the man who's going to play probably no more than 2 minutes. I'm assuming it's going to be at least a minute added on top of this added time.
Yeah, I think it'll be another. We'll be playing to at least 96. Yeah, Buendia, he shouldn't be going back on. He's looking like he wants to go back on, but the physio should take over and say, mate, we've had to just not carry you off, but like hold his hands and walk him off the pitch. So he should not be coming back onto the pitch.
Louise with a cross in, intending for Courtney Hawes, but it's well dealt with by Lindelof, and it will actually fall kindly into the arms of David De Gea. They're going to do their best to try and start to counter-attack. Buendia is back on to the field of play. Maybe he will just try and run things out with just a few moments to go, but Ramsey picks up possession after the poor pass by Cavani. Ramsey then can't find Watkins, intercepted by Dalot, and Van der Beek will now bring this ball forward for United. Will he just try and run down the clock? He runs into traffic in Luca Digne. Digne is then tackled by Van der Beek. A bit dangerous play there by the Frenchman. Hawes then will find Cash, and Cash will bring this away for Aston Villa. We've played the 4 minutes of added time. Now in injury time upon the added time, as Fred gets away from Buendia. And now maybe an option going down the left-hand side for Sancho, who runs into traffic with Buendia. Important tackle there by the Argentine, and then Cash will just make the clearance away. Watkins, surely he's offside there. He is going to be offside, and then that is going to be that for the attacking point of view. And with 30 seconds gone of 30 seconds over, I should say, the 90. I don't think there's going to be a great deal more attacking chances created by either side. And with United in possession, it looks like they're in no rush to try and get any form of attack. They're just going to try and hold on to possession.
No, which is a weird one considering they were 2-0 up. You would have thought that being 2-0 up and get it back to 2-2, you want to get back to 3-2 because it's definitely 2 points dropped from a Manchester United point of view. And they haven't really kicked into an extra gear since Coutinho scored that equaliser. They've been very laissez-faire, relaxed, and they've just gone through the emotions, and Martinez hasn't been put under any pressure whatsoever since the equaliser, which is strange considering a team you think would want to get the 3 points after being so close to winning them.
Yes, it was that, but they also almost had an opportunity there to win it there as Sancho found Donny van der Beek, who turned in the area. His shot blocked by Courtney Hawes, who pokes the ball out for a corner kick right at the death here. I don't think they'll throw De Gea forward, but they've got plenty of players in the area to aim for. Alex Telles is going to be the man that takes this corner kick. A decent delivery is required. Lingard, Cavani, Varane, Fred, Matic, all in the area. Cross in, headed away by Hawes, picked up by Sancho. Lays it off for Diogo Dalot, who floats it into the area, easily gathered by Martinez, who's not going to have time to release it forward. That is going to be that for this game at Villa Park. The final score, Aston Villa 2, Manchester United 2. And we'll see you in the next one. He is going to be okay to continue, but still receiving some form of treatment. Buendia, thankfully, is now back on to his feet. He's still receiving some treatment, but he seems to be a little bit winded.
Yeah, he's looking very dazed, isn't he? He's looking like it might have to come to that concussion sub. He'll want to play on because he's playing really well, but I don't look at looking at him. He's struggling to stand up by himself. He's blinking like really heavily, and yeah, this concussion sub is going to take place with Ashley Young getting stripped and ready.
Yeah, Ashley Young is the man who's going to play probably no more than 2 minutes. I'm assuming it's going to be at least a minute added on top of this added time.
Yeah, I think it'll be another. We'll be playing to at least 96. Yeah, Buendia, he shouldn't be going back on. He's looking like he wants to go back on, but the physio should take over and say, mate, we've had to just not carry you off, but like hold his hands and walk him off the pitch. So he should not be coming back onto the pitch.
And Louise with a cross in, intending for Courtney Hawes, but it's well dealt with by Lindelof, and it will actually fall kindly into the arms of David De Gea. They're going to do their best to try and start to counter-attack. Buendia is back on to the field of play. Maybe he will just try and run things out with just a few moments to go, but Ramsey picks up possession off the poor pass by Cavani. Ramsey then can't find Watkins, intercepted by Dalot, and Van der Beek will now bring this ball forward for United. Will he just try and run down the clock? He runs into traffic in Luca Digne. Digne is then tackled by Van der Beek. A bit dangerous play there by the Frenchman. Hawes then will find Cash, and Cash will bring this away for Aston Villa. We've played the 4 minutes of added time. It's now in injury time upon the added time, as Fred gets away from Buendia. And now maybe an option going down the left-hand side for Sancho, who runs into traffic with Buendia. Important tackle there by the Argentine, and then Cash will just make the clearance away. Watkins, surely he's offside there. He is going to be offside, and then that is going to be that for the attacking point of view. And with 30 seconds gone of, 30 seconds over, I should say, the 90. I don't think there's going to be a great deal more attacking chances created by either side. And with United in possession, it looks like they're in no rush to try and get any form of attack. They're just going to try and hold on to possession.
No, which is a weird one considering they were 2-0 up. You would have thought that being 2-0 up and get it back to 2-2, you want to get back to 3-2 because it's definitely 2 points dropped from a Manchester United point of view. And they haven't really kicked into an extra gear since Coutinho scored that equaliser. They've been very laissez-faire, relaxed, and they've just gone through the emotions. And Martinez hasn't been put under any pressure whatsoever since the equaliser, which is strange considering a team you think would want to get the 3 points after being so close to winning them.
Yes, it was that, but they also almost had an opportunity there to win it there as Sancho found Donny van der Beek, who turned in the area. His shot blocked by Courtney Hawes, who pokes the ball out for a corner kick right at the death here. I don't think they'll throw De Gea forward, but they've got plenty of players in the area to aim for. Alex Telles is going to be the man that takes this corner kick. A decent delivery is required. Lingard, Cavani, Varane, Fred, Matic, all in the area. Cross in, headed away by Hawes, picked up by Sancho. Lays it off for Diogo Dalot, who floats it into the area, easily gathered by Martinez, who's not going to have time to release it forward. That is going to be that for this game at Villa Park. The final score, Aston Villa 2, Manchester United 2. And we'll see you in the next one. he is going to be okay to continue, but still receiving some form of treatment. Buendia, thankfully, is now back on to his feet. He's still receiving some treatment, but he seems to be a little bit winded.
Yeah, he's looking very dazed, isn't he? He's looking like it might have to come to that concussion sub. He'll want to play on because he's playing really well, but I don't look at looking at him. He's struggling to stand up by himself. He's blinking like really heavily, and yeah, this concussion sub is going to take place with Ashley Young getting stripped and ready. Yeah,
Ashley Young is the man who's going to play probably no more than 2 minutes. I'm assuming it's going to be at least a minute added on top of this added time.
Yeah, I think it'll be another. We'll be playing to at least 96. Yeah, Buendia, he shouldn't be. Coutinho scored.
Who's not going to be you in the next one.